I'm Chris Lehman. Just finishing up a youth hockey game behind me. They'll zam the ice, they'll get out for warm-ups, and then we'll be ready to play some hockey. Should be a really entertaining game today. You have two of the top teams in the ACCHL. North Carolina in one of their best seasons in recent history. You take a look back at some of the games that they've had this year. 5-3-1 coming into this one. Their 3 regulation losses coming against Kentucky. They were swept by the Wildcats back in mid-September, and then they split a 2-game series with Cincinnati a little bit earlier on in the season. Those are 2 teams that are regularly ranked in the top 10 in the region. They're teams that go to regionals on a regular basis. They're teams that typically the Tar Heels haven't played and haven't been able to compete with, but they put up respectable games against both of those teams, even in the losses. So some really, really good play from the Tar Heels. And of course, they're in the midst of a 4-game winning streak right now that includes a huge win for head coach Jeff Volkman and this Tar Heels squad over their rival, the NC State Ice Pack. It was an impressive third period, 4 goals for the Tar Heels in that comeback win. We'll look at that one a little bit more in depth here very shortly. But first I want to highlight a couple of the players. One of the things I've talked about with head coach Jeff Volkman early on in this season is some of the new names and the turnover with this team and the ability to get production out of some of the new players, namely Cole Kozowski as well as Patrick O'Shaughnessy, 2 guys that weren't on the roster last year for the Tar Heels, but they're leading the team in points through the first 9 games of the season. Misha Sabodin right behind them. He's only been on this roster for a couple years. He was an instant contributor last year, continues to be big for the Tar Heels this year. He's their best setup man with 6 assists here in the first 9 games of the season. But that's just the tip of the iceberg for the Tar Heels, as we've talked about as well. Up and down the lineup, their depth has made them so much stronger. And of course, you got to give some credit as well to the Tar Heel netminders who have filled in for Will Douthit, one of the best goaltenders we've seen here in a Tar Heel uniform in quite some time. So it should be a really good contest. The Seahawks coming off of a 4-1 loss to the Ice Pack over at Wake Competition Center last night, so they're on less than 24 hours of rest. Tar Heels with their first game of the weekend, so they should have a little bit of an advantage there. As I mentioned, a big win a couple weeks ago for the Tar Heels over the Ice Pack as they took them down 5-3. But we're going to take a look at that one shortly. Tar Heels also with a 6-0 win over ECU 8 days ago. So we're going to step aside here at the Orange County Sportsplex. When we come back, we'll take a look at the highlights from that big win over the Ice Pack. This is Tar Heel Hockey.
Hey, Bobo, do trees tell each other stories?
I'm sorry. I'm afraid I don't know that.
Hey, why don't we go find out? Listen.
Do clouds take naps?
I couldn't tell you.
Dad, do stars visit their friends?
Look!
If I could be you, and you could be me for just 1 hour. If we could find a way to get inside each other's minds. Walk a mile in my shoes. Walk a mile in my shoes. Well, before you abuse, criticize, and accuse. Walk a mile in my shoes.
I don't think that many kids in my son's school even do it.
He makes fun of his friend who vapes.
He would never try it.
She's into soccer.
She's on the honor roll.
She's just not the type.
No way.
No way.
No way.
No way, my kid would never vape.
Get your head out of the cloud. Today, nearly 8,000 kids will start vaping. Maybe even yours. Learn about the dangers at talkaboutvaping.org.
I surrender.
All right, pal. Get ready for the day, buddy.
Hey, Dad. Hey, Dad. Do we have a gun?
What's up?
Do we have a gun?
Chris Lehman back with you here at the Orange County Sportsplex as we get closer to puck drop between the North Carolina Tar Heels and the UNC Wilmington Seahawks. As we mentioned, a big win just a couple weeks ago for the Tar Heels as they went to Wake Competition Center and maybe surprised a few folks who weren't familiar with this team this year and took down NC State. We've got some highlights for you from that one. Change for the Tar Heels as they will send Joel Hughes into the net after those two quick goals. Here they score! Didn't need a movement on that one. Patrick O'Shaughnessy rips one top shelf on the left corner. Towards the goal, puts in front, they score! 36 seconds into the third. The garbage cleaned up on the near post by O'Hear, and we're tied at 2. For the lead, big blocker save, rebound, they score! It's knocked home on the rebound. 2 goals in the first 2.5 minutes, and the Tar Heels jump out in front. He fakes, he scores! Leighton Walsh blocks it alone and makes it 4-3. Now a steal for O'Shaughnessy. He'll take it in and ice the hockey game. There you have it, a big win for the Tar Heels over the Ice Pack. Always fun to relive that one. It was a heck of a performance from the Tar Heels, and they're hoping for a similar one here tonight as we get set for them to take on the UNCW Seahawks. We'll talk a little bit more about the Seahawks and their tough start to the season, as well as their loss last night against NC State, and we'll get to our keys to the game, what the Tar Heels need to do if they want to come away victorious. We're going to step aside here at the Orange County Sportsplex, but we'll be right back. UNC and UNCW coming up next.
Multiple studies have shown that marijuana can slow both driver reaction and response time, which can be really dangerous. He's here. He's here. Wait. What?
I can't drive.
What?
My.
Oh.
All right, pal. Get ready for the day, buddy.
Hey, Dad. Hey, Dad. Do we have a gun?
What's that?
Do we have a gun?
My Shiro doesn't always wear a cape, but she always has time for a hug, a smile, for going the extra mile. My Shiro stretches every dollar, puts in long hours, puts others first. But now it's your time, Mom. When you're ready to retire, we want you to be able to enjoy it. It's time to start saving now. A free 3-minute online chat can give you the personalized tips you need to start boosting your retirement savings today. Visit aceyourretirement.org/Shiro.
I don't think that many kids in my son's school even do it.
He makes fun of his friend who vapes.
He would never try it.
She's into soccer.
She's on the honor roll.
She's just not the type.
No way.
No way.
No way.
No way, my kid would never vape.
Get your head out of the cloud. Today, nearly 8,000 kids will start vaping. Maybe even yours. Learn about the dangers at talkaboutvaping.org.
Both teams just about set to head out for warm-ups here at the Orange County Sportsplex. Chris Lehman back with you as we get prepped for the North Carolina Tar Heels to take on the UNCW Seahawks. As promised, we're going to take a little bit more of an in-depth look at the Seahawks now. It's been a little bit of a tough start to the season for them. They started out 0-3 with losses to the likes of Stevenson and then a pair of losses to Millersville. Of course, another loss last night at the hands of the NC State Ice Pack, but some tough competition for this Wilmington team early in the season. It's really great to see that as well. I've been following college hockey in this area since being a college student at NC State way back 10 years ago now, and to see these teams now playing schools that you didn't hear the names of typically. If Stevenson, Hugh Mary was in town to play NC State recently as well. So you're getting a lot of development for these teams. They're playing a lot of really strong teams from out of the area, regionally ranked teams that are going to test them and make these better hockey programs going forward. A great example, of course, is this UNC Tar Heels squad starting to play some of that tougher competition. You can see it paying off for them. But just to get back to the UNC Wilmington Seahawks for a moment, look at the game last night against NC State. They did fall 4-1, but that was not really indicative of how that game went. Wilmington outshot NC State for the majority of that game. The one thing they had trouble doing was getting into the center of the ice and getting those really high-quality, high-danger opportunities, and I'm sure UNC is going to be looking to do the same to them here tonight. So if you're North Carolina, there are a couple things I think you need to key on going into this game. One is going to be, as we just mentioned, protect the middle of the ice. That's a given regardless of who you're playing. They did a pretty darn good job of that against NC State. Did not give the Ice Pack a whole lot of opportunities to take advantage of the middle of the ice, and that's what NC State did last night, and that's a big reason why it took UNCW until late into that third period before they finally put one past Isaac Toyer. They just couldn't get into the middle of the ice and get a lot of high-quality scoring opportunities, and when they did, Toyer was up to the task. So if you're North Carolina today, I think that's the blueprint going forward. Keep them out of the middle of the ice, but I think also equally important is getting off on the right foot. It's been 8 days since the Tar Heels have hit the ice, and it wasn't a huge test against the Pirates of East Carolina University. It was a 6-0 win, so they kind of just got a good workout in and got a little bit more game experience, but in terms of a real test, they haven't had it since they played NC State a couple weeks ago. So getting off on the right foot is going to be very important. Getting that first goal on a team in UNCW that is probably also pretty tired. As I mentioned, they didn't go away in that game last night against NC State. Even though they did fall behind by 3 3 goals going into the third period. They continue to push, they continue to claw and try to get back into the game, and so they used a good amount of energy making it a competition against the Ice Pack last night. And I think if you're North Carolina and you can get ahead by a goal or two here early, that's really going to help as well. And then third and finally, the last key to this game, I think, for North Carolina is going to be that special teams. It was something that UNCW had trouble with last night. NC State jumped right on top of Wilmington on the power play, and that was a real advantage. And that's something that's been an advantage not just this season, but also last year for North Carolina. The penalty kill, fantastic. The puck movement on the power play has been superb. And so if they can get out, get on a man advantage, get a quick power play goal, and win the special teams battle today, I think they're going to have a pretty similar result as we saw last night between NC State and UNCW. The two teams behind me getting loose. We got about 7 minutes until they take back onto the ice for the start of this one. So we're going to step aside one more time. When we come back, one more teaser, and we'll be ready for puck drop. North Carolina and UNCW coming up right after this.
Last week, Brandon met a girl on a dating app. One day after work, he finally found the courage to ask her out. No answer. He started to panic. Was he being too pushy? Maybe it was too...
Hey, sorry I didn't respond. I was driving. I would love to go on a date. How does tonight sound?
Brandon tried to play it cool, but inside he knew. A girl so smart, so responsible. She must be a keeper.
Hey, Bobo, do trees tell each other stories?
I'm sorry. I'm afraid I don't know that.
Hey, why don't we go find out? Listen.
Can birds draw pictures?
I don't have an answer for that.
Dad, do stars visit their friends?
Look!
I want to eat apples and bananas. I need to eat apples and bananas. Why can't I eat apples and bananas?
Support the Feeding America nationwide network of food banks to help provide meals to those in need. Join us at feedingamerica.org.
The black truck? Hey, Christina from accounting.
Yeah, hi.
Hey, I used to date a girl named Christina.
Oh, really?
Yeah, and then she dumped me for my best friend. You want to see some photos of them that I took?
I don't.
I thought we talked about this, buddy.
Buzzed and overshared again?
Yeah.
Yeah. I'm gonna call a car.
That's a smart idea.
So yeah, I know, that's why I did it.
Hey, you're gonna get back to the top of the mountain.
Does that mean I'm gonna get back with Christina?
No.
Oh.
No.
My Shiro doesn't always wear a cape, but she always has time for a hug, a smile, for going the extra mile. My Shiro stretches every dollar, puts in long hours, puts others first. But now it's your time, Mom. When you're ready to retire, we want you to be able to enjoy it. It's time to start saving now. A free 3-minute online chat can give you the personalized tips you need to start boosting your retirement savings today. Visit aceyourretirement.org/Shiro.
You got to look there at the Tar Heels getting loose as we're about 3.5 minutes or so away from puck drop between these two teams. We mentioned a couple of names. I just want to highlight a few of them one more time for you to keep an eye on here in this one. The two new guys to the roster this year, Cole Kozowski and Patrick O'Shaughnessy, leading the team with 12 and 11 points respectively. So keep an eye out for those guys in this one. There you get a look at Kozowski with David Mahan, who's another guy you'll see on one of those top top two lines that can really do some damage. Had a goal for the Tar Heels against NC State a couple of weeks ago. I also want to take a look in net as well. We mentioned the net minding pair for the Tar Heels have done a good job of replacing Will Douthit. Lucas Brown and Joel Hughes are those two net minders. You get a look there a little bit at Hughes in net. He did a great job coming in relief after the first period for Brown against NC State and looked really, really good and gave the Tar Heels the chance, and eventually they did come back and win that hockey game. About 3 minutes until we get things started here. We're going to step aside one more time. Puck drop coming up next here at Orange County Sportsplex.
Jordan knows he shouldn't eat this entire bowl of nachos, but tonight he's earned that right, because a few hours ago in the middle of happy hour, he recognized a sign. Not from the gods or a bolt of lightning, but from a double heart, a kissy face, and a fourth ha in ha ha ha. That's when Jordan knew he was buzzed. So when it was time to go, he got a ride home instead of driving. Be a legend like Jordan. Recognize your buzzed warning signs and get a ride home. Buzz driving is drunk driving.
Each year, hurricanes and major flooding threaten cities, towns, and rural homes across the Gulf states. So chances are there will be more storms and floods near here again. And between school, sports, and social lives, chances are you won't be with your kids when it happens. Will they know what to do? Ready.gov/kids has all the educational tools and information to make the conversation easy. When the time comes, chances are they'll feel prepared, not scared. So talk with your family today.
Did you know dragging chains can spark a wildfire?
Only you can prevent wildfires.
Worried about your friend, but don't know how to reach out?
You could say, how are you, or get a fake tattoo. You could ask with an app if it works for you. You could chat with them in VR, it's so good. If you think you should check in, yeah, you should. Whatever gets you talking.
Reach out to a friend about their mental health.
Whatever gets you talking.
Learn how you can help at seizetheawkward.org.
There's so many rewards in life. You coming into our home was one of the greatest rewards we could have ever had.
You know, it took 20 years, and I got my third child, who was 17 at the time.
It's so cool to watch the adult that you've become, and you really have done as much for us as you think we've done for you.
If I could be you, and you could be me for just 1 hour. If we could find a way to get inside each other's minds. Walk a mile in my shoes. Walk a mile in my shoes. Well, before you abuse, criticize, and accuse. Walk a mile in my shoes.
There you get a look at the Tar Heel net as we conclude warm-ups here at the Orange County Sportsplex. The North Carolina Tar Heels and the UNC Wilmington Seahawks just about set to square off. You see there the 5-3-1 record for the Tar Heels coming into this one, and it has been a strong start to the season. As we mentioned, those 3 regulation losses coming against Cincinnati and twice against Kentucky. Those are 2 very good programs. Kentucky only 1 loss on the season through 9 games so far. So those are 2 respectable losses there. Cincinnati, another team that is always regionally ranked. So really good competition. The other loss in overtime was to Denison. And the Tar Heels played Denison earlier on in the season last year and came away with the win. But that was a Denison team that was dealing with a lot of turnover, but was still a solid team that expected to be really, really good in the coming years. And I think that those coming years are here for them. But we're about set to get things going. The Tar Heels in their white unis today, and all navy will be UNCW. We've got the fresh 20 minutes up on the clock And we're just about set to get things rolling. 3 20-minute periods scheduled for this one. As we mentioned, Tar Heels with their first game in 8 days had a 6-0 win over ECU last weekend. But short rest for the Seahawks. They had an 8:15 puck drop last night. So a quick turnaround as they come over to Hillsborough here today. And it looks like Tar Heels are going to send out their top line that includes Henry Foster, Brian Hogan, and Dan O'Hear to start things off. D pairing will be Florian Zajic along with Perry Winfrey. On the other side for the Seahawks, taking the face-off is Chris McGrath as he'll square off against Hogan. On the wings, he's got Brendan Umsheed. Along with number 21, Joey Bessemer. Off the draw, Tar Heels will control, moving right to left here in the first period. Quickly through the neutral zone. Foster will chip it into the right corner, sends it into the middle, off the stick of today's netminder, Verska, and it will be cycled around to the near side wall. Flip back behind, Tar Heels in possession. Foster sends it out loose in the slot. Backhand try from O'Hear, and now the net comes off its moorings and all the chaos. So a whistle, and I believe the faceoff will be here on the near side. Verska and the Tar Heels. Good start, good pace here to start. We mentioned that this Wilmington team, they might not be tired to start this game, but they're going to get tired legs as this game wears on. So the more you can make them work early, the better. Hogan again on the draw against McGrath, wins it back to the point. Shot coming from Zajic, and it's swallowed up by Verska for another face-off here on the near side. Tar Heels winning the first 2 draws of the game. Another face-off won by UNC. Foster kicks it to his stick. Working to the far side, down into the circle, is centering pass, chipped back to the point, and Winfrey will hold the zone. They battle behind the goal. Coming away with it, Kai Levy. Can't clear the zone, though. One-timed back in by Winfrey. Held along the wall by O'Hear. Sent to the middle. That's stolen away by McGrath. He's going to chip it up the wall and go after it. Wilmington going to get a change as they get it deep. Winfrey collects behind the Tar Heel net. Looks to the near wall. Moving forward, Zajic looking up for Foster. It's off his stick and down behind the goal. No icing. Levy goes D to D with Logan Colbreth, who will send it forward. Pass intercepted. Tar Heels reverse. Levy again in control for Wilmington along the blue line. Little scrum along the near wall. You got to look up close. It'll be pinched along. Tar Heels come away with the loose puck. Sent deep by Leighton Walsh. Verska held to play it. Backhands it around to the near side. Luke Norman under pressure. Sends it to the middle for Levy. He'll bank it off the wall. Nolan Taberham chases it out. And again, Wilmington can do nothing but get it deep and change. Tar Heels in control. It's Simon Malone circling behind. He shoulders off a big hit. Can't clear the zone, though. Over along the far wall. Slapped in by Mosher. Shane Mosher's shot went wide. Tar Heels collect in the near left corner. Walsh turns with it, steps past one defender. Now he can pick up speed down the near left wing. Stops as he crosses the blue line, looking for some help. He'll go rink wide. It's taken on a bank by Malone, who slaps it in. Friedman in on the forecheck. Now the Tar Heels need a change so Wilmington can reset. Harrison looks, sends it forward off a stick of a teammate, but it'll be collected by the Tar Heels as it's chipped all the way in. Malone sends it back up the near boards. Moved along by Kozowski, looking to the middle, and knocked off the puck was O'Shaughnessy entering the zone. Wilmington will clear it back out once more. It hops the stick of Miglior and trickles all the way down. Icing waved off as Miglior went to play it. And so the Tar Heels have to break it out. Can't do it cleanly. Wilmington back in possession. Tyler Dunphy chips it forward. It's a foot race for the puck. First one to it is Kozowski of the Tar Heels. He's got some speed as he gathers it behind the net. Looking back to the middle. Gets it right back from Saboden. Kozowski has some trouble with it, so Saboden collects the loose puck and sends it in. And looks like it got up into the netting on a awkward bounce off the glass. So face-off will be on top of the UNCW blue line, right in front of their bench as well. Tar Heels have controlled the face-off dot early in this one. This time, though, it's Wilmington winning the draw. Tar Heels do gain possession. They've done a great job of suffocating UNCW in the neutral zone. They have not been able to get in with possession into the offensive zone yet. Still can't. Well done holding the blue line by the Tar Heels. Spinning with it, make the pass. Dunphy for Cam Trainer, who banks it up the wall. Again, the Tar Heels really holding strong at their own blue line right now. Miglior collects. He'll go D to D, sent right back to the near side. Tough handling it for Zach Mengel. Loose puck will be chased down by Ives at the red line. Backhands it forward, looking for Mengel, just over his stick. He'll go chasing after Dunphy, who sends it up the wall, and it will be chipped all the way out by Zach Schrock. Wilmington needs a D change. Puck in the skates of Logan Culbreth. Has time to find it, moves it forward, fanning on the shot was number 18, Nolan Taberham, at a wide open angle at the net and couldn't put it on frame. Friedman forcing his way out. He'll carry it down the wing. Pardon me, that's Foster who cuts to the middle, off the skate of Hogan as he was dispossessed, and it'll be chipped over to the far side. O'Hear holds the zone. Foster sends it in front, deflected on goal by Hogan. There with the stick, though, was Jackson Verska, and it is going to be another face-off in the Wilmington zone. No shots yet for Wilmington, as we mentioned, just having trouble getting into the zone. No shots on goal, at least, as the face-off one back to O'Hear. His shot disrupted. And Wilmington can carry it forward. Now they'll possess into the zone. Couple of players take a tumble. Play continues, though. Tar Heels in control. Rink wide to the near side. Zajic has speed. He'll bring it into the offensive zone. Snaps a shot off the glove of Verska. The rebound's there, and another big save by the Wilmington netminder. Perhaps the best chance or chances of the afternoon so far. Two quick shots for the Tar Heels. We'll get another look at it here. Great pass across to Zajic. We got a good shot. The rebound was there, and a flash of the leather from Verska. Keeps it scoreless for now. Another face-off won by Wilmington, though they're having trouble pushing it up the near wall and out. It's a four-man scrum. Foster in there along with Zajic for the Tar Heels. And it is just pinned along the wall. Wilmington not letting it free. Foster and Zajic doing a good job as they knock down the Wilmington player. That was Kyle Siggins, and now the puck comes loose. Harrison looks, trying to clear. It's still bouncing around in the Wilmington zone. Now it'll be forced out. Jack Krosner moving forward. He will be knocked off the puck. Tar Heels trying to gain control. O'Hear can't gather it. And now Foster collects. Shielding off a defender. He leaves it for Zajic, who chips it along the blue line, and he'll be upended. That's going to be a penalty against Wilmington. A tripping call. Will result in the first power play. It is Krosner who is the guilty party. And the Tar Heels, with 14:22 to go in this first period, get their first power play. Tar Heels will go with Foster, Saboden, Kozowski, Hogan, and I believe that's Winfrey over on the far side. Four forwards and a D-man. Face off on the far side of the Wilmington net. One to Kozowski. Quickly back, but into the skates of Winfrey, who has trouble corralling it. And he'll have to retreat to the neutral zone. And the Tar Heels reset in their own end. With speed, Winfrey down the near side. Leaves it along the wall for Kozowski. He'll turn and give it to Saboden. Tar Heels going to set up the power play. Good movement here. Winfrey. Across the blue line for Hogan. Down low, Kozowski tries to center to Foster. That puck pinballs through the slot, and it is cleared out by the Wilmington power play, or penalty kill, pardon me. McGrath chopping at it and clearing. 1:25 to go on the man advantage. Still 13:45 to go in this first period. Tar Heels regrouping again. Hogan off the wall. Saboden just gets into the zone with it to avoid offside. Kozowski now. Deflected shot. Blocker down by Verska. He'll recollect, though. Cole Kozowski turning with it in that far corner. He'll be pinned to the wall by Dunphy, but he gets it back to the point. Winfrey down to Kozowski again along the half wall. He'll quarterback. Beautiful pass across to Hogan. Back to the middle. They score. What puck movement from the Tar Heel power play as Hogan finds Saboden in front on the redirection, but the pass from Kozowski to set it up was unreal. We'll get another look at this power play goal for the Tar Heels. But look at that pass across to Hogan. Bang, bang, boom. Tar Heels with the lead. So off the restart, Wilmington will send it deep. Tar Heels, at least by my own official count, with a slight advantage, 5-3 in the faceoff circle early. But that power play goal has them in front. First shot to test the goaltender in Hughes, and he'll knock it down and control the rebound. Faceoff coming up in front of the North Carolina net. Another look at it there. But I guess that's the first shot I've seen from Wilmington get on frame. Tar Heels trying to break it up the near wall. They get it into neutral ice, but no further. Turned back by Kai Levy. Has no one there to help him out. Tar Heels just trying to bull their way through the neutral zone. Not going to work, and now Wilmington brings it back in. Colbra's shot deflected wide. It'll work its way behind the UNC net, and now the Tar Heels can break it out. Chipped into the neutral zone by Friedman, who will chase after it. Beat to the puck, though, by Wilmington's Mosher. He'll take it away, though. Here comes Friedman looking to the middle. That pass hit a skate and deflects out into the neutral zone. Tar Heels will regroup. Ben Edwards tracks it down in the Tar Heel end. David Mahan sees it on and off his stick. Loose puck in the neutral zone. Picked up by O'Shaughnessy. Beautiful move coming in, and the shot deflected up over top. Good stick there from Nolan Taberham. But a great chance there for O'Shaughnessy, and you see some of the skill coming out here as well for the Tar Heels. But off to a fantastic start. You score on the power play. They've controlled play for the most part. Controlling the face-off circle, though they will lose that one there. Krosner wins it backwards. Wilmington gets it out. Maybe a chance on an odd man rush. In comes Mosher. Puts the shot on, and it's deflected back behind. Good forecheck, though, from UNCW. Loose puck collected by Misha Saboden. He has space up that far right wing. Headmans to O'Shaughnessy, looking to the middle as he crosses the blue line. It's slapped right back out, and the Seahawks can move forward. Shane Mosher again trying to chip it deep. Joe Miglior disrupting that play. He'll pin it to the wall as it's taken away from him. O'Shaughnessy finds the loose puck and breaks it out. Pass across to Saboden. He's got speed coming in alone. Hesitates, shoots. Good stop by Verska, but the rebound knocked home. It's Kozowski picking up another one. And the Tar Heels, about 2 minutes after they score their first, have added another. And here's another look at it. Great play by Saboden. A little extra speed there. Hesitates and just gets it to the net. And he should get an assist on that. A good follow-up by Kozowski. But the creation there by Saboden. And the Tar Heels just taking the reins here in the first 10 minutes. They're back on the attack again. Wilmington looking to break out. It'll be Kai Levy carrying it across the red line, and now he'll break into the offensive end. Levy looking to the middle. Good defensive play by Zajic, and it'll get pinned to the near wall. Back up to the point. Mangle putting pressure on. Now Zajic swipes it behind the goal, slapped along by Winfrey. And the Tar Heels with some time and space still can't get it out. Held in at the blue line by Bessemer. And now the Tar Heels just trying to reset themselves behind the net. Can't do so. Pass out in front. Stick save made by Hughes. And we got a whistle. Looks like the puck may have come loose after the whistle, but it was blown dead. And so Hughes, a nice job there. Not always easy when the puck comes out from behind the net to square up and make the save, but he did. And now a face-off in the UNC end over on that far circle. Hogan to take the draw for the Tar Heels, wins it backwards. UNC with a chance to break it out. Can't clear it up that far wall, though. Walked in, shot, whistles just wide of the near side post for Zach Schrock. And now the Tar Heels can break out. Foster collects at the red line. Goes underneath of a hit and gets it deep. Walsh will track it down in the corner. Chipped it back out in front, bouncing puck. Nobody gets a stick on it. It's a two-on-one for Wilmington if they hurry. Down the right wing, it's Tyler Dunphy looking to the middle. Steered away by the goaltender Hughes. Now sent it back in front and deflected wide. Wilmington starting to get some sustained pressure here, though. Back to the point. Shot coming. That one didn't get to the net. Loose on the side of the goal, though, and Hughes is going to pounce on it. Good extended pressure there from Wilmington. It's the first time we've really seen them with any kind of sustained attack here in the first 10 minutes. But Hughes now seeing some action, responding well to it. Another look at that one there, and a nice job by Joel Hughes just to get back to the post quickly and seal that off. So face-off sent to the near corner. Wilmington will control. Face-off starting to even up a little bit. But the Tar Heels right now just need to focus on breaking out. Wilmington has gotten a strong forecheck established, and they pin it in that far corner as it squirts loose. Now the Tar Heels have space to skate it out. Walsh looking to the middle. That pass chopped down and sent right back the other way. It'll be stolen, though, at the blue line as John Miglior advances it into the offensive end. He'll chase it down behind the net. Good work by the Tar Heel defenseman. He'll pin it to the wall. Walsh there to help. He can't control, and now it'll be a board battle again. One-on-one between Miglior and Tabraham. Tabraham able to work it to the near corner, and Wilmington breaks it up and out. At the red line, the Tar Heels take it back. Walsh over to Friedman, sidesteps a hit and carries it into the zone. Then he gets knocked down. Big hit on Friedman, who pops right back up and goes to work again. Has Walsh there helping along the wall. Tabraham moves it along. Scooped up by Cameron Plants. He'll send it off the glass and out. Finds a teammate. Advanced forward now to Umschied. His shot goes high, and it wraps all the way around the boards and out. Puck hopping around on these guys right now. A little bit of a struggle there in the neutral zone for Bessemer. But the Seahawks get it deep. First one to it for the Tar Heels is Justin Megan. Now Kozowski cycling back behind the Tar Heel cage again. Left for Saboden. Little bit of a miscommunication there, though, and Wilmington swipes it deep again. Saboden pinned to the wall. There's Foster knocked off the puck. Tar Heels do get it out into neutral ice, and now Kozowski settling down a bouncing puck can create an opportunity here. He'll stop at the blue line. Looking across, taken off the wall in the corner by Saboden. He'll cycle it around behind, looking for O'Shaughnessy, who's beat to the puck, but a good pinch by Zajic to hold the zone. He'll poke the puck back behind the goal again. Tyler Dunphy there for Wilmington. He'll lift it up and out. Good job by the Tar Heels there. Weren't able to ever really get possession, but they didn't make it easy. Now they move quickly. Wilmington caught in a change, and a good job getting back. The back check by Zach Schrock prevents an opportunity for Kozowski. Now Wilmington with a chance of their own, and that one sent high by Schrock. Tar Heels got to get back and defend. Kai Levy up at the right point. Sends it through traffic. Looks like Hughes got a piece of it, and it'll be deflected off the glass, but not out. Oh, they will say it did get out. Nolan Tabraham gloved it down, but the linesman right there on the blue line said he didn't keep it in the zone. So face-off coming up on top of the Tar Heel blue line right in front of their bench with 7:24 to go in this first period. It was 2 goals about 2 minutes apart. One on the power play for Misha Saboden, another one at even strength for Kozowski. And that's where we stand. Right now, Wilmington, though, getting the better of the play here. Along that far half wall, Logan Colbreth back to the point. Tabraham shot, sticked away by Hughes, who started to see some more action and has been up to the task so far. Kai Levy intercepts the breakout pass, but he'll carry it in too early as the Seahawks still off sides, and another face-off coming up on top of that UNC blue line. For Wilmington, Colbreth to take the draw against North Carolina's Brian Hogan. Hogan wins it back to Simon Malone. The Tar Heel defenseman moves it forward. Chipped even further along by Foster. Tar Heels will try and set up a forecheck here. Banked up and out. Tar Heels made an attempt to play it, so no icing as Simon Malone wins the race back to it. Sends it up the wall for Foster, immediately pressured at the blue line. He'll cut to the middle, holds onto the puck, and skates it into the neutral zone. Backhanded forward and chipped in by Dan O'Heir. Slapped around the wall by the defenseman Cameron Plants, but not out. One touch back to Hogan, who steps around his defenseman, leaves it for Foster. Slid back out in front, and it'll be chipped up and out of the zone by Wilmington. This one will go all the way down, but won't quite get to the goal line, so no icing. Wilmington gets a change. Simon Malone sends it up that left wall. Left for Henry Foster now, who advances into the offensive end. Beautiful move as he walks in, and a big save by Verska. I'll tell you, as Jackson Verska has made a couple of big saves, it could be 4 or 5-0 right now if it weren't for the UNC goaltender. And here you get another look. Beautiful inside, or more of an outside-in move from Henry Foster. And a big save. Off the draw, it'll be won by McGrath of Wilmington. Swept around the wall and back up that far side. Wilmington trying to break it out. Good forecheck here from the Tar Heels as it's worked back to the near side again. Stepping out of the zone now is Joey Bessemer. Hung up along the wall. He'll send it deep. First one to it is a Seahawk. That's Brendan Umschied. He's knocked off the puck, and it becomes a 3-man scrum. Leighton Walsh, the only Tar Heel in there, moves it forward. Now he gets some help from Magan as well as Friedman. Friedman has it pinned to the wall. They'll kick at it, and Wilmington will pry it loose. Got a penalty now coming up on the Tar Heels, and that was just an ill-advised hit from behind. And the Seahawk a little bit slow to get up. That's number 21, Joey Bessemer. Here's another look at it. You see Bessemer on the left side, and Magan I think he just wanted to put some pressure on him and hit him too hard right in the small of the back, and it's an easy call to make. So a penalty on the Tar Heels. Now they're going to have to kill off a power play. Off the draw, Tar Heels able to send it around the wall. Doesn't quite get out, though. Hogan will glove it down. Now he's got a chance to move shorthanded. Brian Hogan down the right wing. Steps to the middle, and he's going to be knocked off the puck as the Seahawks get back and defend. Good chance there for the Tar Heels. And now Wilmington advances. Swept into the zone by Schrock all the way around into the near corner. That'll be pinned there. Nice work by Florian Zajic to slow things up. Wilmington, though, going to get the power play set up, and pass intercepted and cleared all the way down. Good pressure from Foster. Aggressive penalty kill from the Tar Heels just to keep this puck pinned in the zone, and Foster by himself doing a really good job. Tyler Dunphy, the Wilmington defenseman, goes rink wide for Chris McGrath, who will send it in. Just about halfway through the Wilmington power play now. Down to 4 minutes and about 15 seconds left in this first period. It's been a strong start for the Tar Heels, who lead 2-0. Got to finish off this penalty kill, though. Kai Levy with a Tar Heel on his back, lugs it in. Tries to cut in short side, and it's shut down by Hughes. And now the net goes sliding off the moorings. And some pushing and shoving after the whistle. I don't think Levy liked the shove that he got in there from Zajic. We're going to get another look at this here for you, but a very good chance. Great individual effort by Levy. And he tried to go short side. Great job by Hughes. He didn't move off that near post early. And he was able to hold it strong and not give one up. Face off on the far side of Hughes now. Wilmington will win it, but it's poked out, and now here goes Friedman. He's got a man coming with him. 2-on-0, shorthanded. Friedman shoots. Save made by Verska, and the rebound tipped wide. Great shorthanded chance for UNC. Levy has space to move forward down to the last 30 seconds of this man advantage. Levy weaving through neutral ice. Takes a shot, hit a body on the way in, but he'll collect the rebound. Wraparound chance, and again, the net's going to come sliding off. And they're going to have to find a way to get these pegs stuck in a little bit better, because every time Hughes, and you can see him there, he's a big boy. Every time he leans into that post, it comes sliding off right now. And you can see there up close, the linesman is trying to do his best to get it stuck in there. Hughes adding a little bit of water, hoping to freeze it to get a little bit of a freeze in there as well. 3:36 to go in the period. 21 seconds on the power play for UNCW. Quick shot off the draw, sent wide to the far side. Kept in though at the point by Taberham. Trying to step past Friedman. Swings one towards the net. That one missed the cage and deflects all the way out. That should finish off the power play for Wilmington. Verska trying to catch the Tar Heels on a chain. Sends it forward. But some trouble advancing it for Andrew Morgan. Now the Seahawks get it deep. First one to it is Dunphy. Knocks a Tar Heel down. Goes down himself, and they'll fight for it in the corner. O'Shaughnessy in there along with Malone. O'Shaughnessy comes up with it for UNC. Saucers it forward, and now the Tar Heels break out. Into the zone, Saboden leaves it for Kozowski. Backhanded in front, couldn't find Misha Saboden. And now they go to work in the near corner. Cole Kozowski cycling with it. Walks it back up to the blue line. Has trouble holding the zone, so the Tar Heels going to have to regroup and head back in on the forecheck. Dunphy collects it off the tee. Sends it rink wide. It will bank all the way down the ice. Edwards first to it at the defense for the Tar Heels. Goes D to D, worked back to the near side. Kozowski finds O'Shaughnessy. Quick shot. Pad save made. Rebound sitting in front. And Wilmington doing a good job of cleaning up the garbage there. That puck was in a juicy area. Malone down the wall into the middle. High slot shot from O'Shaughnessy. Hits a stick and deflects into the near corner. Poked along by Edwards to hold the zone. It'll be knocked right back to him, and he slaps it behind the net. Big hit on Saboden, back behind by Cameron Plants. That'll knock the puck loose, but deflects right back to Saboden. Centering pass, and O'Shaughnessy can't get good wood on it. Hogan now. Good pressure from the Tar Heels here in the final 2 minutes of the period. Saboden off the wall and back to the point. Here's Edwards. He takes a shot off a skate right to Saboden. His shot just missed that far post, and Malone will keep it in over on the far side. There's a Seahawk without a stick, a broken stick on the ice, so an advantage here for the Tar Heels if they can use it, but a shot from Malone hit a body and deflected straight up into the ceiling. And so we'll have a stoppage and a face-off, a much-needed stoppage for Wilmington. As we mentioned, they had a player out there without a stick. I believe it was Kyle Siggins whose stick broke in that far corner, and he was out there for a good 30 or so seconds without a stick, which to me makes it about a 5-on-4.5 when you don't have your stick. Makes it a lot harder to defend, and the Tar Heels, they took advantage in terms of zone time and chances, but they couldn't put it in the back of the net. Still 2-0 UNC, down to 1:25 to go in this first period. They'll break into the offensive end, but only briefly. Back out McGrath. Throws it on goal. Nice save made by Hughes, and he'll hold on for the faceoff. Face-off in that far circle. Won by Wilmington. Taberham holds the zone. Pass from that far corner. Skitters all the way through to the near side wall. Behind the net, it'll be collected by Bessemer. Out in front, and again, Hughes all over it on the near post. He's done a great job sealing off the posts here. And this one so far, Wilmington just trying to sneak one in on him if they can, and it's not happening right now. Hogan on the draw for the Tar Heels, as he'll square off against Chris McGrath of Wilmington. And the Seahawks gonna win that face-off battle. By my count right now, 10-10 in the face-off circle, so fairly even. Although at the moment it's really tipped in Wilmington's favor, as has the game. Ever since that second goal the Tar Heels scored, Wilmington has stepped it up, and we've had Carolina back on their heels a bit. Down to 40 seconds left in the period. dump and chase game here for Wilmington late in this first period. Umshee down on the forecheck for the Seahawks, trying to send it out in front, loose in the slot. It'll be poked out of danger, and a chance to move forward, maybe an odd man rush if they hurry. Henry Foster past his defender down the near side, goes backhand short side, it's off the post, backhanded out in front, nobody there in a white jersey to put it home. Another good chance there for North Carolina, and Wilmington in a bit of a panic will ice the puck here. And so UNC, 12 seconds here in offensive zone face-off, and maybe a chance to add one more to the totals at the end of the first period. Wilmington will win the draw into the far corner, and they're going to try and waste away the rest of this period by pinning it to that far corner wall. That's exactly what will happen. Final 12 seconds tick off, but a strong start to this contest for the North Carolina Tar Heels. It was a power play goal just under 7 minutes into the game from Misha Sobodin. 2 minutes later, Sobodin brings it in and finds Cole Kozowski to double the lead, and the Tar Heels with a 2-0 advantage after 20 minutes here at the Orange County Sportsplex. We'll step aside here for a moment and come back to take a look at how that first period went. Tar Heels 2.
Each year, hurricanes and major flooding threaten cities, towns, and rural homes across the Gulf states. So chances are there will be more storms and floods near here again. And between school, sports, and social lives, chances are you won't be with your kids when it happens. Will they know what to do? Ready.gov/kids has all the educational tools and information to make the conversation easy. When the time comes, chances are they'll feel prepared, not scared. So talk with your family today.
There's so many rewards in life. You coming into our home was one of the greatest rewards we could have ever had.
You know, it took 20 years, and I got my third child, who was 17 at the time.
It's so cool to watch the adult that you've become, and you really have done as much for us as you think we've done for you.
I don't think that many kids in my son's school even do it.
He makes fun of his friend who vapes.
He would never try it.
She's into soccer.
She's on the honor roll.
She's just not the type.
No way.
No way.
No way.
No way. My kid would never vape.
Get your head out of the cloud. Today, nearly 8,000 kids will start vaping. Maybe even yours. Learn about the dangers at talkaboutvaping.org.
If I could be you, and you could be me for just 1 hour. If we could find a way to get inside each other's minds. Walk a mile in my shoes. Walk a mile in my shoes. Well, before you abuse, criticize, and accuse. Walk a mile in my shoes.
Hey, Bobo, do trees tell each other stories?
I'm sorry. I'm afraid I don't know that.
Hey, why don't we go find out? Listen.
Do clouds take naps?
I couldn't tell you.
Dad, do stars visit their friends?
Look! It's so sad. It's not.
20 minutes down here at the Orange County Sportsplex in Hillsborough, North Carolina. It is a 2-0 lead for the North Carolina Tar Heels over the UNCW Seahawks, and it was just overall a very strong period for the Tar Heels. We talked about special teams being important coming into this one, as we mentioned some struggles for Wilmington in the special teams department last night, and the Tar Heels took advantage. They got a power play early in the game, and Misha Saboden capitalizes with the opening goal to make it 1-0. So the Tar Heels 1 for 1 on the power play in period number 1. And then on the other end, not the best of penalties later on in the period. A hit from behind put the Tar Heels down a man for 2 minutes, but they did a pretty solid job, even though there was some good zone time for Wilmington. We talked about keeping the puck to the outside, and especially when you're killing a penalty, the more you can keep the puck to the outside, the better you're going to be, and the easier it's going to be to kill off a power play. So a pretty textbook penalty kill from the Tar Heels there, held on to their 2-0 lead, and can't forget about that second goal. It's always a characteristic of a good hockey team. If you can score, get right back on the horse and go get another one. That's exactly what UNC did. They kept that momentum going. It only took 2 minutes, and then Misha Saboden comes down the right wing, gets a pass out in front, gets the puck to the net, and there to clean it up was Cole Kozowski to make it 2-0. So a great first period from the Tar Heels. Not much to improve upon, maybe a little bit more clean play through the neutral zone, but a 2-0 lead is nothing to scoff at here against UNCW. We're going to step aside here for a moment. We have highlights from the first period coming up when we come back. Tar Heels 2, Seahawks 0.
From the top of D.H. Hill Library.
Don Diablo. Oh yeah, this is actually like in my studio.
WKNC HD3 Raleigh.
Hey, what's up and what's going on, folks? This is Kid Kinetic, your boy, up here at the top of the hour. And guess what I got? A treat that's too sweet to beat.
This is Wolf Bites Radio.
Oh, that's really sweet.
NC State.
Hurricanes and major flooding threaten cities, towns, and rural homes across the Gulf states. So chances are there will be more storms and floods near here again. And between school, sports, and social lives, chances are you won't be with your kids when it happens. Will they know what to do? Ready.gov/kids has all the educational tools and information to make the conversation easy. When the time comes, chances are they'll feel prepared, not scared. So talk with your family today.
I surrender.
All right, pal. Get ready for the day, buddy.
Hey, Dad. Hey, Dad. Do we have a gun?
What's up?
Do we have a gun?
When it comes to making plans, you are the best. Those 9 months were also 273 days of planning. What about your daughter's first costume party? It was out of this world. And let's not forget those barbecues you plan in detail for your family and your more vegetarian by the day best friends. That surprise party for your parents' golden anniversary? You get the golden planning. The same way you plan each detail for those moments, start planning to protect you and your loved ones from a natural disaster. Sign up for local weather and emergency alerts. Prepare an emergency kit and make a family communications plan. Protecting your family is the best plan you can make.
Zamboni doing its final laps here at Orange County Sportsplex in Hillsborough, North Carolina. You see a 2-0 lead for the Tar Heels over the Seahawks after 20 minutes. We've got highlights from period number 1, and as we mentioned, Tar Heels just overall a very, very strong period, and we're going to get a look at how it looked. Here's some highlights from early on in the game. Tar Heels early on had a lot of space to move into the zone. Quick shots in front. Verska in net today for Wilmington, saved a couple of goals there. You see a quick save that kept it scoreless at that point. But then the Tar Heels on the power play, great passing. Kozowski over to Hogan, over to Saboden, and it was 1-0. Speaking of Misha Saboden, coming in again, gets the puck to the net. Nice little move to create some space, and there to clean it up was Cole Kozowski. After that, though, Wilmington started to gather some momentum. You see there a nice job by Joel Hughes, who's, as I've mentioned a couple times, done a really good job of sealing the posts, and he had to do so there. Tar Heels still had some other chances late as they got into the zone here. Noah Friedman looking to the middle. But the Tar Heels, again, just an overall strong period from UNC. Here's the last really good chance. They had another example of what Jackson Verska has been able to do in net to keep this 2-0. But then the Tar Heels a little bit undisciplined. There you get a look at the hit from behind by Justin Magan. He went off for a couple of minutes, and it allowed Kai Levy to get this chance. And we talk about sealing off the post. There's Hughes doing a good job, stands strong, and keeps the puck out a couple of times. But he was really kind of the star of the show late in the period, making some big saves, and finally another save from Verska to keep it 2-0 late in the period. But you see a good mix of chances for the Tar Heels. They got a little bit sloppier late in the period, but they were bailed out a little bit by their netminder, Joel Hughes. So we're getting closer and closer to the start of the second period. The Zamboni finishing up its work here on the ice. We'll step aside one more time. Second period coming up right after this.
I don't think that many kids in my son's school even do it.
He makes fun of his friend who vapes.
He would never try it.
She's into soccer.
She's on the honor roll.
She's just not the type.
No way.
No way.
No way.
No way, my kid would never vape.
Get your head out of the cloud. Today, nearly 8,000 kids will start vaping, maybe even yours. Learn about the dangers at talkaboutvaping.org.
Multiple studies have shown that marijuana can slow both driver reaction and response time, which can be really dangerous. He's here. He's here. Wait. What? I can't drive. Why? My. Oh.
Worried about your friend, but don't know how to reach out?
You could say, how are you, or get a fake tattoo. You could ask with an app if it works for you. You could chat with them in VR, it's so good. If you think you should check in, yeah, you should.
Whatever gets you talking.
Reach out to a friend about their mental health.
Whatever gets you talking.
Learn how you can help at seizetheawkward.org.
I want to eat apples and bananas. I need to eat apples and bananas. Why can't I eat apples and bananas?
Support the Feeding America nationwide network of food banks to help provide meals to those in need. Join us at feedingamerica.org.
From the top of D.H. Hill Library.
Don Diablo. Oh yeah, this is actually like in my studio.
WKNC HD3 Raleigh.
Hey, what's up and what's going on, folks? It's Kid Kinetic, your boy up here at the top of the hour. And guess what I got? A treat that's too sweet to beat.
This is Wolf Bites Radio.
Oh, that's really sweet.
NC State.
Well, we got a fresh 20 minutes up on the clock as we're getting set to start period number 2 between the North Carolina Tar Heels and the UNC Wilmington Seahawks. Well, as they get set to take the ice, I want to take a quick look at some of the numbers. And again, these are unofficial numbers, but I try to keep them just to have a sense of the trends of the game. In terms of face-offs, fairly even. I had face-offs right around 10-10 in period number 1. Shots about the same for both teams. And then the big differentiator right now is, of course, the special teams. Power play goal early for the Tar Heels. They killed off a power play later in the period. You could look at that and think if the Tar Heels don't score on the power play, which, by the way, they had gotten through over half of that power play at that point before they scored. But if UNC doesn't score on that one and Wilmington scores on theirs, you're looking at a 1-1 game instead of a 2-0 game. So that special teams has been a differentiator early. And again, the other thing for North Carolina that they've done really, really well so far, and you can't really see in the stats that I'm able to keep during the game here, but they've done a really good job of keeping up the pace of play. They are a fast team. They like to play quickly. They like to get through the neutral zone quickly. They like to make their opponents chase. And if you can get Wilmington to chase, as we've mentioned plenty of times, they're less than 24 hours removed from a tough game against NC State last night. The more you make a move, the more quickly they're going to get worn out, and the more that space is going to open up for the Tar Heels through the neutral zone. And we saw some of those highlights, how cleanly they came into the zone, how much space they had crossing the offensive blue line at times. And that space is only going to grow as Wilmington gets more and more worn out throughout the course of this hockey game. Well, Joel Hughes getting his net prepped up right in front of me here down in the near end as you get a look behind the Wilmington net as they get set for period number 2. Now, you can't sleep on Wilmington here either. As we mentioned, they did not go away against NC State last night. They were only down 1-0 after 1 and 3-0 after 2 periods, and they did get a goal late in the game. So they're not going to stop playing just because they've fallen behind, and they have the skill. We've seen the chances. They haven't had a lot of them, but there have been some chances, and there's a chance that they put one in the back of the net. And if they get the next one, this becomes a very different hockey game than if UNC gets the next one. Hogan and McGrath will square off at center ice to start the second period. McGrath wins the draw, but it's instantly turned over. Winfrey will carry it into the offensive zone down the right wing for the Tar Heels. Button hooks in the corner. Looking for some help to the middle. It'll be deflected on goal. Nice save made by Verska. Tar Heels unable to maintain the zone, so they'll regroup in neutral ice. Carried in now by Brian Hogan. Steps to the middle. Around the back, he scores on the wraparound. What a finish by Hogan, and it's 3-0 just 25 seconds into period number 2. And here's another look at it. Hogan, great outside in move and just speed around, and Verska overcommits on the near post, and a nice finish. So the perfect start to the second period for the Tar Heels. They didn't win the face-off, but they immediately took possession and then didn't really relent it until they put it in the back of the net. I've actually trickled a few more seconds off the clock. 19:30 as we restart play. There'll be a board battle over in front of the penalty box area. Tar Heels going to have to get back now as Wilmington sends it deep. Sticked wide by Hughes. Looked like that one might have been on goal. Miscommunication. Puck loose in front, and Wilmington can't get a stick on it. That was a dangerous, dangerous chance there. But again, Hughes, a nice start. He does not leave that near post early. And now Sabotin with the turnover. He'll walk in, shoots, and puts it right into the glove of Verska, who continues to make big saves to try and keep his team in this hockey game. But that last chance there, and Hughes, he sticked it to the back of the net, and it just came right off the boards and back out in front. And he was going to leave it for, I believe it was Hogan skating by, and Hogan thought that Hughes was going to take it, and it was just sitting there for the taking for Wilmington. They couldn't take advantage. Pinball's in front. Oh, it just missed. Good shot from the point. This is the Tar Heels controlling the offensive end. Edwards sends it down the half wall. Kozowski with a goal already today. Sends it back behind the net. Wilmington now in control. Can't clear though. Tar Heels force the turnover. O'Shaughnessy trying to walk out in front. And that's poked off his stick and cleared away by Colbert. Tar Heels though again hold the blue line. Sabotin with the shot. Hit a body on the way through. Deflects to the far side. Sabotin recollects. Poked off his stick. Right to Ben Edwards, and he's dispossessed. Here's a breakaway for Wilmington. Big save Hughes. A rebounds there, and Edwards will clean it up. Walking in alone there was Luke Norman on a bad turnover at the offensive blue line. Edwards will walk in. His shot steered aside by Verska. Tar Heels already by my count with 5 shots here in this second period. Malone now at the blue line. Trying to kick it deep, puts it right on the stick, though, of Shane Mosher, who dumps it in. Wilmington trying to forecheck, but the Tar Heels send it up and out. Bounced away from Friedman and all the way down where Wilmington can regroup. Cameron Plants sends it behind the goal. Good pressure from the Tar Heels over on that far side. Mahan in there to help out. UNC still struggling to gain control. Glove down by Friedman. Walsh into pressure. He gets a stick on the puck. Wilmington still able to clear. Retreating back for it, John Miglior. D to D with Magan. Now Friedman chips it along. Leighton Walsh with some speed down the right wing. Looks to the middle. Stick save made by Verska. Swatted back to the middle by Miglior. Nobody there in a white jersey can get a piece of it. And now UNCW moving forward. Around the check goes Kyle Siggins into the corner. He'll be hit by Friedman, pinned by a couple of Tar Heels in the corner. Wilmington, though, able to get set up in the offensive end. Far point, shot coming, blocker save made by Hughes. A good chance there for Cam Trainer with the shot through traffic. Hughes now stopping all 13 shots he's faced so far. Tar Heels trying to play the dump and chase. Can't win the chase, but Wilmington going to dump it deep and beat out the icing call. McGrath beats Magan to it. Can't maintain control behind the net, though. Loose puck. Getting some help now. Brendan Umschied looking back to the blue line, but unfortunately, Tabraham was not ready for it there. And it skitters out into neutral ice. Now all the way down. Good pressure from the Tar Heels there. They're going to force it all the way down, and they want to go off for a change. They're going to get caught, though, on that change. Here comes McGrath. Has to hold up as he gets reinforcements. Looking to the middle now is Schrock. Shot in from the point is held on to, stuck in the pads of Joel Hughes, who makes yet another save. He's been a little bit busier here early on in this second period. Just over 4 minutes gone. He's already seen 4 shots. Tar Heels, though, with 6 themselves. And for UNC, they've got the opening goal of the period as well, just 30 seconds in. Tar Heels early into the circle. That was Sam Ives. So they'll redrop the puck. O'Shaughnessy to take the draw up against Logan Colbreth of Wilmington. O'Shaughnessy wins it backwards, collected by Perry Winfrey. Looking for room to break it out. Backhands it across for Mengel, who can't control. Wilmington trying to turn it right back at the blue line and in. Tar Heels hold strong, though. Good work at the blue line again by UNC. O'Shaughnessy carries it down the left wing. Takes the shot. It whistles wide. Rings all the way around the boards, and Wilmington will clear it out once more. First one to it is a Tar Heel. That's Florian Zajic, who can't break into the zone. Now Wilmington back the other way. It's Schrock with the shot, and another glove save made by Hughes, who will hold on to it for another faceoff. .21 to go in this second period. Things tipping back in favor of Wilmington a little bit here. And if you're the Tar Heels, you do have some insurance with a 3-goal lead. So if you give one up, it's not the worst thing in the world. But I would imagine as we hit the halfway point of the game, so somewhere around the next 5.5 minutes, you're going to see the scales start tipping back in favor of North Carolina. And the question is, how much gas does Wilmington have in the tank going on back-to-back nights? O'Shaughnessy on the draw, wins it for the Tar Heels. Up against Logan Colbreth, unable to clear though. Back behind the net, Luke Norman for Wilmington. Sending it out in front was Schrock. That pass is deflected all the way out and across the red line. Had to be chased down by Cameron Plants. The defenseman sends it rink wide, but right to a Tar Heel. Moving in. Nice little move from Winfrey, but he can't take the puck with him. He recollects. Working back up the wall. Trying to force his way to the middle. Loses possession of the puck, and now Wilmington can carry in. Knocked along by Shane Mosher into the far corner. Sends it to the middle. On and off the stick of Logan Culbreth. Now Dano here trying to skate it out down the near wall. And when he gets stalled out there, it's sent right back to the Tar Heel defense. Winfrey looking into the neutral zone. Henry Foster now will pick up some speed. Has the puck knocked off his stick, but chases it down in that far corner. Spins it out in front. Good chance in point blank. 2 tries and the Tar Heels couldn't get it on goal. See if UNC can start to hold some zone time. High slot shot right into the chest protector of Verska. Save made and held on to. Well, here's another look at that last chance. Good play by Foster just to send it in front. And it looks like Wilmington did a good job just getting sticks in the way. And I think on both occasions it was the defenseman Cameron Plants who got a stick on those shot attempts and deflected them wide. Right off the faceoff shot from Foster off the stick of Verska, who will pounce on the rebound. And another faceoff back on that far side of the Wilmington net. 14.5 minutes to go here in this second period now. Tar Heels with this one well in control at the moment. But again, we've seen flashes from UNCW where they've threatened. They just haven't found the back of the net. And the question is, what happens if they do? How does that affect the way the rest of this game plays out? Big hit in the middle of the ice. Foster trying to find the puck in his skates. He's laid out by Brendan Umschied. And we've got bodies flying everywhere in the zone as Verska swallows up a shot with the glove, and another face-off in the offensive end for the Tar Heels. We got another look at that last hit on Foster, and you can see here he just kind of loses the puck, has his head down, and a nice job. It was actually Chris McGrath. Good clean hit, shoulder through the chest, and he knocked Foster down. It was a great job. Speaking of McGrath, there he is on the draw against O'Shaughnessy, who wins it for the Tar Heels. Puck will hop the stick of the defenseman Malone, who loses an edge. And now the Tar Heels going to have to get back and defend. Trying to chase it down. Umschied has some help on the follow-up there from Bessemer. Puck to the middle, deflected by Umschied just wide of the near post. That was close to being the first tally of the night for Wilmington. Now Simon Malone in possession for the Tar Heels. Breakout pass up the middle, finds O'Shaughnessy, who picks up speed. He'll leave it on the left wing. A little bit too far for Kozowski, who tries to chase it down in the corner. Has some help. Saboden back over to O'Shaughnessy. Steps out in front. Good save made by Verska from point-blank range. Another good chance for the Tar Heels, and Wilmington will lug it up and out. And now we have a whistle, and we have I think a penalty coming up here on UNC. I didn't see what the signal was, but it is going to be Kozowski, who is not happy, the guilty party. So this will be the second power play opportunity for UNC Wilmington. But they didn't get a whole lot of chances on their power play in the first. The Tar Heels try to figure out who they want on the ice here. John Miglior is out there as one of the defensemen, along with Justin Maggin. You look at the bench there. O'Shaughnessy's going to go off. Looks like Leighton Walsh and Noah Friedman. Oh, no, actually there is no... I'm not sure what exactly the call is, because I do not see a Seahawk in the penalty box, but we're playing 5-on-5 hockey with Kozowski in the box, and it looks like he got a 10-minute misconduct, so it won't result in a power play for Wilmington. But it will put Kozowski in the box until about the 3-minute mark of this third period. Or second period, pardon me. Maggin trying to pitchfork it out. That's knocked down. Has reinforcements, and it'll be backhanded off the wall and out by David Mahan. Friedman coming over to help. Puts a body on Kai Levy, who's able to clear it out anyhow. Luke Norman trying to go to work on the forecheck. One-time shot from the loose puck off the stick of Schrock. And he sent that one up and over the net. Now a board battle behind the net. Squirts loose to Mahan. He'll be knocked off his feet. Walsh in there to help out. He'll collect the puck. Moving forward with Mahan. Puck comes loose. Mahan gets a stick to it but can't control. And now moving back forward is Logan Colbert. His pass to the far side deflected right back into the middle, and looks like we got a hand pass against the Seahawks, which will bring the draw outside of the Tar Heel end. So a 10-minute misconduct to Kozlowski. We'll have to get a little bit more information on that for you at the intermission. But he is in there until about 3:29 of period number 2 here. Face-off on top of the UNC blue line, won by McGrath and sent right in by the Seahawks. They'll get in on the forecheck. Swept around the wall by Winfrey. He finds Foster, who goes across ice for Florian Zajic. Zajic has space to carry. He'll gain the red line and send it deep. Now the Tar Heels get to establish the forecheck. Dunphy backhands it around the wall for Wilmington, but not out. Zajic holds the blue line. Down the half wall for Saboden. Sent across looking for Hogan. It was behind him and skitters to the wall. Winfrey now with a one-timer. Deflected just wide from the near point. Dunphy collects the rebound again for Wilmington. This time he'll carry it out himself. Has some speed moving into the offensive end. Good stick there from Florian Zajic to knock it loose. Tar Heels in control. It's Zajic to Foster. Looking all the way across. It'll be taken on a bank by Dan O'Hear. O'Hear sidesteps a hip check. Now looks to the middle and a sliding play made at the defense. Believe that was number 8, Cam Trainer, who disrupted the play for O'Hear, but the Tar Heels still in on the attack. O'Hear chases it down in that far corner. He'll be double teamed. Now get some help from Hogan as it becomes a 5-man scrum. O'Hear and Hogan in there for the Tar Heels. Not going to come away with it, though. Now Cam Plants reverses direction behind his net and pitches it up and over the glass. This will be a face-off in front of the Wilmington net coming up. I'll tell you, the first period felt like it flew by. This second period kind of slowly cruising along. We're only about 9 minutes through period number 2. Tar Heels scored 30 seconds in to add to their lead. Not much else since then. Seahawks have had a little bit more time on attack than they did in the first period, but still 1 or 2 good chances, nothing in the back of the net, and that's what they could really use here in the next few minutes to try and get back into this hockey game. Tar Heels send it out of the zone. Regrouping, Plants sends it deep for the Seahawks. First one to it is Ben Edwards of UNC. Looking cross ice for eyes. It's through his skates and all the way down, and this will be called icing as Wilmington wins the race to the puck. Tar Heels with the O'Shaughnessy. Well, they're going to make some changes now. And for whatever reason, the faceoff's actually going to come out of the UNC zone and out to the blue line here. But it is Leighton Walsh, Misha Saboden, and Brian Hogan out there with Perry Winfrey. And Henry Foster will go out there, actually, so they'll switch things up. Hogan drops back to defense here. I think the Tar Heels kind of shifting things around with Kozlowski in the box. Well, actually, there was a penalty call. A minor penalty on Wilmington. I still don't even see a player in the penalty box. But we're playing 5-on-4 hockey here for the next minute and a half plus. Wilmington wasting some time. In the neutral zone, it's Logan Colbreth circling the center ice dot and then sending it deep. Winfrey will collect. So 4 forwards out there now for North Carolina. Minute 22 left on the power play as Hogan stops in the near corner. Has Winfrey back at the point. He'll exchange places with Hogan and send it into that near corner. Now down low, it's Walsh. Looking for some help up top. Heavy pressure from Kai Levy, who upends him from behind. Puck will come loose. Levy gets to it. Whistles it all the way down the ice. Out to play it is Hughes. Tar Heels reset the power play with 50 seconds left on the man advantage. Pitchforked right back out by Levy. He's done a really good job of just getting the puck out of danger. And he gives his teammates some time to change that penalty kill lineup. Stretch pass up to the offensive blue line. Friedman chips it in and chases it down. Back up the wall. Sent to the middle. Winfrey at the blue line takes a shot. That missed everything on the way through and hit the glass behind. Tar Heels still in control. O'Hear over to Winfrey. Down to the last 15 seconds of the power play. Bouncing puck. Humps the stick of Simon Malone, who will track it down. Into the corner. He gets it right back. Malone walking the blue line. You hear the stick of Hughes letting his teammates know that the power play is coming to a close. This puck will be cleared down, and that will do it for the man advantage. Tar Heels now 1 for 2 on the power play. We're back to 5-on-5 hockey. Shot deflected up and over top of the net. Wilmington able to chip it out. This will roll all the way down. Doesn't look like it's going to have enough juice for icing, though. And play will continue. Malone having trouble with the bouncing puck. Into pressure for Wilmington is Joey Bessemer. Noah Friedman back to help out. He finds the puck. Banks it up and out. Have a hand up for icing. Puck not going to get to the goal line, though. Swept right back out by the Wilmington defense. Tar Heels doing a great job again in the neutral zone. Not a lot of time and space for the Seahawks on most occasions. And they'll clear it all the way down again. Zajic got a touch on it there, so that's why the icing was waved off. Now the Tar Heels trying to stretch things out will send it too far down, and they will get blown for icing. This Wilmington team, they've got a deep bench. Neither team short on the bench today, that's for sure. But again, impressed just with the way that the conditioning of the Seahawks has held up here as we get into the later stages of this hockey game. Offensive zone draw won by the Tar Heels. Back into that far corner, Zajic lifts it forward. Some space to move out now for the Tar Heels. And Zach Mangel trying to force it deep. He's stalled out at the blue line. Zajic. Now Sam Ives gains the blue line. Sends a shot right into the breadbasket of Verska. And so the Tar Heels will get an offensive zone draw here. These two teams locked in it right now. Ever since that Tar Heel goal to start the period, it's been a pretty evenly played second. Tar Heels maintain the zone off the offensive draw. Out in front, intended for Friedman, stuck in his skates, loose in front, and it'll be cleared away from danger for the moment. Swept right back in by the Tar Heel defense. Trying to go to work on the forecheck. Blocking the clearing pass there was Walsh. Wilmington still able to maintain control and break it out. Good back check by Walsh, and he will delay the entry into the zone. They're offsides. And here's another look at that last chance for the Tar Heels. And Friedman just trying to settle down a bouncing puck there, and a good job by Verska to stay tall and stay in front of it. And there was a juicy little rebound there. Unfortunately, no white jerseys in the immediate vicinity. Wilmington wins the faceoff, sends it deep. Misha Sabodin receives the breakout pass from Noah Friedman. He'll gain the red line and send it caddy corner to that far side. That's cleared right back out by Wilmington. This one's all the way down, and an icing call made as the Tar Heels get another faceoff over in front of Jackson Verska. Well, this will be to the glove side of Verska. Hogan to take the draw for the Tar Heels. And it's one out of the zone. Zajic resets behind the Tar Heel cage. Over to Winfrey. He'll carry it out towards the blue line, throws it into the skates of Dano here, and the Tar Heels turn it over. Good job by Zajic. Oh, no, it won't be. Zajic had closed off the Wilmington player, Joey Bessemer, who it looked like might have kind of latched onto his stick there, but was able to get the two of them tangled up, and now a penalty on the Tar Heels. It will be a 2-minute penalty, either interference, could be interference, holding, or tripping, one of those. Either way, it's 2 minutes down a man for UNC. Worth noting, Cole Kozowski still in the penalty box for the Tar Heels. He won't come out until about 3.5 minutes, and he won't come out until the first stoppage after that 3.5 minutes. Wilmington will set up the power play here. Dunphy walking the blue line down the near half wall where he's got Zach Schrock. Back out, another penalty coming up on the Tar Heels. And Hogan will touch up. This is going to be a long 5-on-3. Just 20 seconds into the power play. And we have another penalty on Malone. Not sure what it was. Some sort of stick penalty. Looks like a high stick is signaled. But that's a tough break for the Tar Heels. This could turn into a real turning point in the game as well. 5-on-3 for 1:40. With Florian Zajic and Simon Malone, a pair of defensemen in the box. It'll be Hogan and Friedman out with Winfrey. So 2 forwards and a defenseman for North Carolina here. Off the draw, McGrath wins for the Seahawks. Now Dunphy walking in, big block by Winfrey. He'll win the race to the puck in the corner, send it out, but a nice job getting down on the ice and keeping it in by Chris McGrath. Worked around to Dunphy. Back out for Schrock. He'll walk in, top of the far circle, over to the near side. One-timer, misses the near side post. And the shooter, Chris McGrath, will recollect. D to D. No play catch with Schrock. Down to Dunphy. Fans on the one-timer. Winfrey sends it to the corner, rings it around the boards, and a diving McGrath can't hold his own. Now the Tar Heels have a 2-on-1. Hogan and Friedman over to Hogan. One-time shot and a big save on the 2-on-1 by Jackson Verska. Well, here's another look at it, and you see McGrath couldn't hold his own. He loses his edge, and all of a sudden it's an odd man rush for the Tar Heels. And pardon me, that was 81 Foster, not 91 Friedman, who was able to walk in there and send it across for Hogan. Hogan couldn't get on it. It was a tough one to handle, but he did get it on net. It will kill some time here on the 5-on-3. As Wilmington controls, they'll move back out. 50 seconds of 5-on-3 play, then an extra 20 on the man advantage after that. Kai Levy sends it back to the blue line. Moved over now, shot coming, blocker save made by Hughes as he denies Logan Colbreth, and now Noah Friedman will carry it down the ice. Gains the blue line, attempts a shot, it's blocked into the near corner, and he'll chase it down. Good work by Noah Friedman, getting into the corner and scrapping just to delay this power play as much as possible. He continues to waste time as he knocks his man, or tried to knock his man off the puck. It's his number opposite, Norman, who will carry it in now. Down to 10 seconds on the 5-on-3. Norman back to Taberham. Walks around one man, has trouble controlling the puck. It'll be deflected into the near corner. Down to a 5-on-4 now for 20 seconds. Luke Norman, his shot is blocked. Friedman trying to clear the zone and can't. Norman with it again, and he'll be dispossessed. Miglior moves it forward. Mangle now, he'll take the shot. That one steered wide by Verska. And the Tar Heels going to kill off the 5-on-3. Big kill for UNC as we're back to even strength after a good 2 minutes and 20 seconds of power play time for UNC Wilmington. They're not done on the attack, though. Kai Levy walks in, sends it high over top of Hughes and into the glass. It'll be pitchforked out by Zajic. Knocked down, though, by Kai Levy. Sent right back to Zajic. Now he'll carry it out and just slide it down the ice to go off for a change. First one to it is Tyler Dunphy of the Seahawks. He'll play catch with his deep pairing Cam Trainer. Trainer sends it up that far wall. That pass intercepted by Leighton Walsh, who sends it deep. Tar Heels in on the forecheck in the near corner. As you see the hit over on that near glass, but the Tar Heels hold the zone again. Eventually, Seahawks able to lift it up and out. Trying to chase it down was number 11, Timothy Reith, but he's beat to the puck by the Tar Heels. Winfrey, icing is the call, and with 3 minutes to go in this period, Tar Heels have another offensive zone draw. Tar Heels going with O'Shaughnessy, Saboden, and Kozowski. As Cole Kozowski with that stoppage with under about 3.5 minutes to go, he's back out after the 10-minute misconduct. Tar Heels control off the draw. Edwards sends it into the corner. Touched out in front by Kozowski, but that pass sent right back to him. Kozowski again walks out in front, leaves for Saboden. Quick shot, hit a stick and deflected into the glass. UNC holds the zone. O'Shaughnessy near corner. Back to the blue line. Malone looking over his options. O'Shaughnessy again. He has it knocked off his stick. Malone can't hold the zone, but he will slot it back in. Tar Heels check up and go back to work on the forecheck. Wilmington trying to break out. Dunphy off the glass and out. It's going to trickle all the way down to the defenseman Malone of the Tar Heels. He'll move it for Saboden. Spinning with it, Saboden sweeps it all the way down and all the way down for icing. So now the draw comes back to the Tar Heels end with 2:23 to go. And it doesn't feel like a particularly stressful or necessarily important part of the game, but if you're Wilmington here, you'd really love to get a goal in the last 2.5 minutes here, build some momentum going to the third, bring yourselves back within reach of the Tar Heels headed into the final 20 minutes. So UNC going to have to stay focused here through the last couple of minutes, especially after killing off that 5-on-3. You don't want to sit back and take a breath and rest on your morals. Edwards trying to center. That pass denied. It'll be pinned behind the net. Collecting it for the Tar Heels is Misha Saboden. He'll circle out in front. Quick shot and a glove save made by Verska as he stands tall and holds on. So 1:58 to go in this period. Here's another look at that shot from Saboden. And you can see there's starting to be more space in that zone for the Tar Heels to work with. Saboden was able to get away from his defenseman and get to the corner where he had that space and create that chance. So keep an eye on those little things. Shot off the faceoff. Verska with another save. He'll swallow it up. Just 4 seconds running off the clock there. But yeah, that's, in my opinion, that's something to keep an eye on here. Just it's small things, but I think you're going to start to see those small things compound into bigger deficits with the way that this game is trending. Tar Heels have forced Wilmington to work hard here today. Hogan wins it forward. He'll control behind the net. Sent out in front. Lou sitting there in the slot, and the first one to it is a Seahawk. UNCW bringing it back out. Zach Schrock fans on the dump in. Tar Heels will control. Brian Hogan wants to reset behind his own net. And now he goes long up the near side. Centering pass. Caught in stride by Henry Foster, who has it knocked off his stick. Wilmington really can't do much but send it right back to the Tar Heel defense right now. They're trying to do a little bit more, but it's not there. Here's Schrock. Fans on the first shot. He runs over Magan. And Hughes will jump on the trickling puck and hold on for a faceoff. That could have turned into a very dangerous chance. As we get another look at it. Nice leave there from Luke Morgan. And Schrock coming in. Magan tried to challenge him. I wasn't sure Schrock was going to be ready for the hit. He certainly was. 1:17 to go in the second period now. It'll be Chris McGrath to face off against the Tar Heels' Leighton Walsh. McGrath wins it at the blue line. It'll be wrapped around the boards and back in by Cam Trainer. Zajic pinning his man to the wall here in the corner. That's Joey Bessemer, who will get back to his feet, work his way out into the slot. Steps past Mahan, takes the shot. It hit a stick and deflected up over the net. That one might have ended up in the back of the net if it hadn't hit something, because I'm not sure with all the traffic in front if Joel Hughes would have seen it. Down to the final minute now of this second period. And really not a whole lot. A few penalties sprinkled in there. And the goal 30 seconds in, but not much outside of that here in the second. Wilmington trying to change that. Shot hit traffic on the way in off the stick of Trainer, and now the Tar Heels break it out. Mahan chips and chases. All the way around the wall, Wilmington in control, moving up and out. Pass to the middle, intercepted by Zajic. He finds Friedman. Elevated forward, Mahan has it again. Stepping to the middle, shot, hit the legs of the defenseman in front of him. Tar Heels hold the zone. Winfrey finds it in his skates. Can't hold on to possession of the puck, though, and now Wilmington clears it all the way down. Not far enough for icing, though, as Zajic gets to it. Light pressure from Luke Norman. Wilmington needs a change, so they'll go off. 10 seconds to go in the period. Zajic might just run out the clock here. Tar Heels perfectly happy with their 3-0 lead. They'll make one more push at it. 4 seconds to go as Walsh walks in. Looking for Friedman. They can't connect, and that will bring us to the end of 40 minutes. So the Tar Heels with an early strike in the second period. It was an excellent individual effort from Brian Hogan on the wraparound. Added to the Tar Heel lead, but not much doing after that. We got 20 minutes left here at the Orange County Sportsplex. It's North Carolina 3, UNC Wilmington 0.
Dear moms and dads, we know it's not always been easy, and it's been a lot of hard work. What you have achieved here today is going to help us and our futures. It is why we are coming up on stage to collect your diplomas. Everything I do it for you. Mom, love you always. No, it's true. Everything I do it for
When you graduate, they graduate. Visit finishyourdiploma.org to find free and supportive adult education centers near you.
When it comes to making plans, you are the best. Those 9 months were also 273 days of planning. What about your daughter's first costume party? It was out of this world. And let's not forget those barbecues you plan in detail for your family and your more vegetarian by the day best friends. That surprise party for your parents' golden anniversary? You get the golden planning. The same way you plan each detail for those moments, start planning to protect you and your loved ones from a natural disaster. Sign up for local weather and emergency alerts. Prepare an emergency kit and make a family communications plan. Protecting your family is the best plan you can make.
Jordan knows he shouldn't eat this entire bowl of nachos, but tonight he's earned that right because a few hours ago in the middle of happy hour, he recognized a sign, not from the gods or a bolt of lightning, but from a double heart, a kissy face, and a fourth ha in ha ha ha. That's when Jordan knew he was buzzed. So when it was time to go, he got a ride home instead of driving. Be a legend like Jordan. Recognize your buzzed warning signs and get a ride home. Buzz driving is drunk driving.
Last week, Brandon met a girl on a dating app. One day after work, he finally found the courage to ask her out. No answer. He started to panic. Was he being too pushy? Maybe it was too...
Hey, sorry I didn't respond. I was driving. I would love to go on a date. How does tonight sound?
Brandon tried to play it cool, but inside he knew. A girl so smart, so responsible. She must be a keeper.
All right. Welcome back to the Orange County Sportsplex. Chris Lehman with you as the Tar Heels hold a 3-0 lead after 2 periods. Joined now by Misha Sabotin of the Tar Heels. And Misha, we'll start by going back to your goal early in the first period. You had a goal and an assist. Can you talk to me through those 2 goals and how those worked out for you guys?
Yeah, of course. I mean, we just have skilled guys all around. Cole made a great pass to Brian, and then I just got open, maybe a clean feed in front, so just had to bear that one.
Well, and then on that second goal, you broke it in and kind of just got it to the net for Cole to put it on goal. What were you seeing coming into the zone there?
Honestly, I feel like I should have shot it. But you know what? Like, Cole's a goal scorer, so, you know, when I feed it to him, I know he's going to put it in. So really all I was thinking.
And you talked as well about the skilled guys you have on this team. You mentioned Brian Hogan. I think skill on display on that goal early in the second period. What did that goal mean for you guys, and how big was it to score that early in the second?
Honestly, it's important. Like they say, the 2-goal lead is the worst lead in hockey, so it was huge for us. And he's unbelievable. He's one of the most skilled guys in this league by far, so he's an asset to have for sure.
Well, you guys still have 20 minutes left to go here. Have the game pretty well in control, but Wilmington, of course, a feisty team. They're not going to go away. What do you need to do in this third period to maintain that 3-goal lead and come away with the W?
Honestly, just pace and pressure. I feel like we've been doing a good job this whole game. We haven't really given them too many opportunities, so if we keep up the pace and the pressure, we'll be good. So,
all right, Misha, thank you. We'll let you get back to the locker room. Good luck in the third.
Appreciate it.
That's Misha Saboden of the Tar Heels. We'll step aside. When we come back, we'll take a look at the highlights from period number 2. It's a 3-0 lead for the Tar Heels as we head to the third period.
Hey, Bobo, do trees tell each other stories?
I'm sorry. I'm afraid I don't know that.
Hey, why don't we go find out? Listen.
Do clouds take naps?
I couldn't tell you.
Dad, do stars visit their friends?
Look!
If I could be you, and you could be me for just 1 hour. If we could find a way to get inside each other's minds. Walk a mile in my shoes. Walk a mile in my shoes. Well, before you abuse, criticize, and accuse. Walk a mile in my shoes.
I don't think that many kids in my son's school even do it.
He makes fun of his friend who vapes.
He would never try it.
She's into soccer.
She's on the honor roll.
She's just not the type.
No way.
No way.
No way.
No way, my kid would never vape.
Get your head out of the cloud. Today, nearly 8,000 kids will start vaping, maybe even yours. Learn about the dangers at talkaboutvaping.org.
I surrender.
All right, pal. Get ready for the day, buddy.
Hey, Dad. Hey, Dad. Do we have a gun?
What's up?
Do we have a gun?
Zamboni doing its work here at the Orange County Sportsplex. Tar Heels added a goal in the second period, 3-0 after 40 minutes. So we're going to take a look at the highlights. That goal came really early on. You talk about Brian Hogan and his skill. Beautiful move past Tyler Dunphy and just enough speed to reach around and tuck it in that far post. Made it 3-0. After that, not a whole lot going on for these two teams. There were a couple of chances. Tar Heels did a good job at times, as you see there, getting the puck back to the point and then sending it through traffic to the net. But there was one good chance here for Wilmington, one of the few big tests for Joel Hughes. He stood tall, he's a big guy, and he makes a big save there for North Carolina. Now, Wilmington did start to get the better of the Tar Heels in the middle of that period. They had more zone time. You see a couple more shots in there. Now a nice pass out in front from Henry Foster and just some creativity from the Tar Heels, just unexpected passes, trying to get into the dirty areas and make things happen. It's a big part of the reason that they are leading 3-0. Now we did see some big hits. That one, a great textbook shoulder hit through the chest by Chris McGrath of UNC Wilmington. Tar Heels were able to respond with a couple of big hits of their own, but they did a good job defensively. You see it in these clips. Not a lot of space in the middle of the ice, or at least in terms of passing lanes to the middle, and UNC is, for that reason, still leading this game 3-0. Just a very strong period. Not quite as much offensively, but as I mentioned, there was kind of a storm that the Tar Heels had to weather in that pushback from Wilmington, and once they did, you could start to see them get more chances like this. Friedman just couldn't quite corral that bouncing puck and get a clean shot away, but they did a great job of getting the puck to the net. Now, they did have a dangerous opportunity, did the Seahawks, late in the period, a couple of penalties on the Tar Heels, but they were the ones taking advantage. You see McGrath losing his edge. Tar Heels had a 2-on-1 here, and we've talked a lot about Jackson Verska, the goaltender for UNC Wilmington. There was another big post-to-post save to keep his team as close as he could, but the Tar Heels going back to work late in the period. They started to carry the play as we got into the final 5 minutes or so, and so they will take a 3-0 lead into period number 3. And as we heard from Misha Saboden, a lot more of the same. The Tar Heels feel like keep the pressure up, keep the pace of play up, and force the Seahawks to play with them. We've got 20 minutes left. You see the Zamboni finishing up its final lap. We'll have the third period puck drop coming up after this.
Multiple studies have shown that marijuana can slow both driver reaction and response time, which can be really dangerous. He's here. He's here. Wait. What? I can't drive. Why? My. Oh.
All right, pal. Get ready for the day, buddy.
Hey, Dad. Hey, Dad. Do we have a gun?
What's that?
Do we have a gun?
My Shiro doesn't always wear a cape, but she always has time for a hug, a smile, for going the extra mile. My Shiro stretches every dollar, puts in long hours, puts others first. But now it's your time, Mom. When you're ready to retire, we want you to be able to enjoy it. It's time to start saving now. A free 3-minute online chat can give you the personalized tips you need to start boosting your retirement savings today. Visit aceyourretirement.org/Shiro.
I don't think that many kids in my son's school even do it.
He makes fun of his friend who vapes.
He would never try it.
She's into soccer.
She's on the honor roll.
She's just not the type.
No way.
No way.
No way.
No way, my kid would never vape.
Get your head out of the cloud. Today, nearly 8,000 kids will start vaping, maybe even yours. Learn about the dangers at talkaboutvaping.org.
40 minutes down, 20 to go here at the Orange County Sportsplex. Chris Lehman back with you as the Tar Heels and the Seahawks get set for the third and final period. You get a look there at Joel Hughes getting his crease ready. He's got a shutout going right now for the Tar Heels. He's looked strong. Hasn't had a ton of chances to deal with, but a couple of dangerous ones. He's done a great job of keeping the Tar Heels in command. But as we mentioned, this is a Seahawks team that's not going to go away. They were down by the same score to NC State last night. They did end up falling 4-1. But they didn't go away. They played the ice pack even in that third period, so you know they're not going to come out down 3 and just let you finish this game out. As we heard from Misha Saboden, Tar Heels want to keep the pace and pressure up as we get into this final 20 minutes and get this thing rolling. For the Tar Heels so far, goals coming from Misha Saboden, Cole Kozowski, and Brian Hogan for the Tar Heels, and those are 3 guys that have been huge contributors already this season. For Kozowski, leading the team with 8 goals and 12 points. That was his 9th goal here tonight. And on top of that, you've got Misha Saboden, a goal and an assist for him. He's now got 13 points with 6 goals and 7 assists. And Brian Hogan, another big contributor, actually coming into this game, only 8 points, but in terms of points per game, he leads the Tar Heels with 2 per game, 8 points, 3 goals, 5 assists, and of course he's got a goal and an assist in this game as well. So your big guys are producing for the Tar Heels up and down the lineup. The pressure has been good, and all they got to do is continue it for 20 more minutes. Looking to move to 6-3-1 10 games into this season. Would be a very, very strong record for the Tar Heels, who surprised some teams last year by making their way into the Southeast Regional in the ACHA D2 division, and actually took the lead on Indiana early in that game. They did get bounced in one game, but it was a great step for the Tar Heels to make. As this program continues to get better, looking for an early goal, they score. Turned over in the slot, Foster's there to collect, and it's 4-0 Tar Heels. Well, for the second straight period, North Carolina has scored in the first 30 seconds. This goal coming 19 seconds in. We'll get another look at it here. Good pressure from the Tar Heels. You see Dano here, there, forces the turnover, and Henry Foster coming in with the support, finishes it off to make it 1-0. Or 4-0, pardon me, 1-0 for the period. So Foster should be unassisted. Tar Heels looking to go right back to work. Turned over in the neutral zone, though. Chris McGrath trying to force his way into the offensive end. Can't take the puck with him. Zajic will turn it back. Big hit away from the puck, and Tar Heels going to be going down a man here for 2 minutes. Get another look at it here, and this is just... well, unnecessary from Foster. I don't know if he... actually, looks like they just didn't see each other, and Foster clips McGrath, and he'll be headed to the penalty box. So a tripping penalty, interference penalty is a signal I saw. But just 19 seconds after the goal, Foster, who scored the goal, goes off for interference. Wilmington looking to set up the man advantage behind the net. Brendan Umschied sends it back to the blue line. Now across to the near half wall. Shot coming. Steered away. Not sure if it got to Hughes or not there. Tar Heels can't clear. Over along the far wall. Possessed by Luke Norman. He'll be dispossessed. Mangle moves it forward. Short-handed chance for Friedman. In all alone. He hits the post. Verska went down low and challenged with the poke check, and not sure if he got a piece of it or if just forced Friedman to shoot it wide. But another big play by the Wilmington netminder. Again, if he wasn't in the nets today, it could very well be an 8-0 game. Wilmington, off angle shot there from Tabraham, deflected off a body and wide. Slapped right back in by Wilmington. Trying to set up on this power play. So far, Wilmington 0 for 3 on the man advantage. They had a big goose egg on the special teams unit yesterday as well at the Weight Competition Center. Good hustle by Mangle. He'll poke the puck all the way down. Tar Heels can get a new penalty killing unit out there.
And now trying to stretch things out. Wilmington going to ice the puck. That hurts on a power play. Well, here's another look at the chance for Friedman. Nice play by Mangle to create it. And you'll see here coming in the poke check. Marc-Andre Fleury-esque there from Verska. And he was able to disrupt Friedman just enough to push that one wide. About 2 minutes gone here in the third period. 40 seconds left on the power play for Wilmington, but they don't win the defensive zone faceoff. Miglior sends it back in. Tar Heels kill a little bit more time, but a stretch pass forward finds Bessemer. Carrying it in. Drop back to Dunphy at the blue line. Looking for Levy. Miscommunication and a turnover. Tar Heels will move forward shorthanded. O'Shaughnessy with Kozowski. Left for Kozowski. Looking back to O'Shaughnessy. He scores! Tic-tac-toe passing from Kozowski and O'Shaughnessy. And the Tar Heels score shorthanded to make it 5-0. Here's another look at it. Nice job by Kozowski. The balance and the speed and the ability to keep the puck on his stick with just one hand. Impressive. So the Tar Heels add to their lead. 2 goals here in the first 2.5 minutes of period number 3. Looking to put this game away early in the final frame. Wilmington trying to break out. Good pressure from O'Shaughnessy, who just put one in the back of the net. Puck will be knocked loose, and Wilmington's power play has come to a close. They're now 0 for 4 on the man advantage. They spent a good amount of time on 5-on-3 too in that second period. They do have some zone time here. Shot deflected wide and into the near corner. Centering pass, pinballs around, swatted back into that near corner. Wilmington still in control. Shot coming through. Nice save made by Joel Hughes, and the Tar Heels able to control it out. Kozowski gains the blue line. Beautiful move as he steps around his defender. Around another one, looking to the middle, and he loses the handle. Able to get it back though, Kozowski. Looks across the blue line. He's got Zajic walking in, whistles one high over the top of the net, and it will ring all the way around the glass and out. UNC resetting. It's Mahan at the red line, sending it deep. Getting a stick on it, trying to control play here. Verska swats it around to the far corner. Saboden there on the forecheck, though. Leighton Walsh sends it back to Misha Saboden. Our second intermission interview trying to go to work. Saboden dispossessed. It'll be chipped up and out where Joey Bessemer trying to lug it through neutral ice. Needs some help from McGrath, but good work from Leighton Walsh. He'll force it back to the Wilmington blue line. Just suffocating defense through the neutral zone from UNC here today. It has been textbook, and it's a big reason why the zone time for Wilmington, they've had some extended zone time at periods, but it's been, very, very difficult once they're out of the zone to get it back in. Here comes Zajic. He shoots, and a blocker save made by Verska. It'll deflect up into the netting behind the goal. Face off here in the offensive end for North Carolina. Tar Heels with a lot of breakaway chances here in this third period. That's the third one. Verska so far is 3 for 3. Although you can kind of say that second one with Kozowski turned into a goal on the follow-up, but still, Verska, can't fault him for the 5-goal total of the Tar Heels today. He's done about as well as he can. Brian Hogan already has one so far tonight. Knocked off the puck. O'Hear there to help out in front to Foster, and he slides it underneath of Verska, who will just lay down and cover it. We get another face-off. Here's another look at it. O'Hear sends it out in front, and it just gets trapped under Verska there. You see Hogan right there on the post in the right position to follow it up. Not much wrong with the way the Tar Heels have done things so far in this one. Henry Foster, top of the circle. Shot, blocker save made by Verska. Being peppered with shots here on this possession for the Tar Heels. O'Hear going to work behind the net, trying to find Foster, and he does in the far corner. Back to O'Hear behind the cage. He'll walk it out. Up to Malone at the blue line. His shot takes a hit as he takes the shot, and the shot ends up wide. Wilmington will corral, trying to clear on and off the stick of Luke Norman, having trouble controlling it, trying to chip it out. It's off of Foster, and it does get into neutral ice. Wilmington, though, doesn't have the energy to push forward. They need a change. Tar Heels will turn it right back. Stalled out to the blue line. Kai Levy chips it back out for Wilmington. Tar Heels on it again. UNC looking for that dump and chase, just didn't work out there. Levy trying to find an option forward, and again, just the work in the neutral zone from North Carolina, taking away the passing lanes, taking away time and space. It's becoming more and more evident here as this game wears on, and some of that has to do, I would have to imagine, with the fatigue effect for the Seahawks. Again, 2 games really in less than 2 days. They dropped the puck at about 8:15 at Wake Competition Center last night, so we're still less than 24 hours away from when they started that hockey game. And Seahawks playing a couple of really tough opponents here. These are not easy games. Coming up to the Triangle area to play these, it's been tough. Not a bad showing, though, from UNCW. Still some time to try and put one in the back of the net. They'll try and go to work behind the cage. Up to the blue line. Here comes a shot. Missed everything on the way through and catches the glass behind. Tabraham holds the zone. Sends it into the far corner. Looking things over, Kyle Siggins. Pass to the middle, denied. It'll deflect back behind the goal. Collected there by Shane Mosher. Mosher knocked off the puck, and it comes loose to Joel Hughes, who will cover for the faceoff. A little over 6 minutes gone in this third period. Great start for the Tar Heels with a couple of goals early on. Wilmington trying to get something going offensively here. On the draw, it's McGrath up against the Tar Heels' Walsh. Leighton Walsh wins it. UNC in control behind the net. They cycle it around the boards. It will skitter all the way down into the UNCW end. First to it, Kai Levy. Sends it off the wall, looking for McGrath on and off his stick. Now Bessemer in control. He'll chip and chase. Back behind the goal, Hughes lays it on a tee. Winfrey has it stolen away, and they score. It slipped through the legs of Hughes, who was not ready for that turnover. And Wilmington puts one on the board. Well, it looks like the last one to touch it was Brendan Umschied. Here's another look at it. Winfrey did not see the pressure from Bessemer. Oh, no, this should go to Bessemer, who swept it on goal, and Hughes just not enough time to seal off down low. So the Seahawks with a little bit of life here. (5-1) now the score. We reset at center ice. Walsh on the draw for the Tar Heels. Loses it, though. As Logan Colbreth wins it backwards, the Seahawks will send it deep and chase after it. Simon Malone sidesteps a hit, tries to clear it up the near wall. That's not going to work. Sent right back down below the goal line. They get tangled up behind the net. Puck eventually corralled by Simon Malone. Tar Heels trying to break it out that far right wing. Not going to work out. Deflects in on goal, and Hughes has to be Johnny on the spot with his stick. Sidestepping a hit, Mahan advances the puck. Here comes Leighton Walsh looking over for Friedman. It's off his skate and into the far corner. Walsh gets to the loose puck first. It's knocked off his stick. Tyler Dunphy there. Moved along and then chipped up to the blue line by Zach Schrock and out into neutral ice. Zajic to it for the Tar Heels. Off the wall to the near side. Friedman, skate to stick. He'll dump it in. Collected by the defenseman Cam Trainer. Gets it right back from Dunphy behind the net. Tar Heels in on the forecheck. O'Shaughnessy getting tangled up with Trainer. Puck comes loose. Malone at the blue line. One-timer back in. Friedman leaves it in front. O'Shaughnessy can't get a stick to it. Zajic holds the zone. He'll carry it down that right wing and into the corner. Dunphy closes him off there. Tyler Dunphy with a nifty little backhand pass out for Luke Norman. He'll break into the zone. Has room to shoot. He does, and easily handled by Hughes. That's going to be a tough one to beat Hughes on because he is so big. He can come out, challenge the shot, and take away most of the net that you have to shoot at that angle. And I think on top of that, Norman a little bit too high with that shot, with the aim on that shot, which allowed Hughes to control the rebound better and get the face-off here with 12:02 to go in the game. McGrath wins it backwards. Quick shot from Levy. Deflected wide. Tar Heels try to clear but can't. Taberham shot tipped in front by McGrath. Nice pad save made by Hughes. Again, Taberham will hold the zone at that far blue line. As he lifts it back in, it'll be gloved down and cleared by O'Hear. Tar Heels can advance. Moving forward, Kozowski sent to the middle, and Sabotin knocked off the puck. Good back check from Joey Bessemer to shut down that chance. And now a counterattack from the Seahawks. Down the near right wing, Levy drops it off for McGrath. Looking to the middle. That one will skitter to the far corner. Tar Heels back in control. Pitchforked up and out of play, so the faceoff will stay in the North Carolina end with 11:24 to go in the game. And here's another look at that last shot off the draw. And then the deflection. Nice save there from Hughes. You get a good look at the replay there. McGrath got a piece of it. But Hughes, big and long and lanky, can get just about anything that's on net. Couple of Tar Heels take a tumble behind the goal. Puck comes loose, though, to O'Shaughnessy, who's back on his feet. Tar Heels still can't break out at the blue line. It's turned over to Cameron Plants. Seahawks send it deep. Kept behind the net by Zach Schrock. In that far corner, it's sent to the middle. Intercepted by Kozowski. Just looking for a little relief. But good pressure on the forecheck. Luke Norman turns it over, sends it in front. That shot blocked. Another try from the high slot doesn't get through. Seahawks unable to hold the zone this time, though. They're going to have to check up, and now they need a wholesale change. So the Tar Heels plenty of space to break out if they move quickly. But Wilmington, good quick change, and they're back in on the forecheck. Tar Heels back on their heels right now. Hogan leaves it behind the net for a defensive partner. Tried to clear up that far wall. One-timer in, didn't quite get to the net. Now Foster will skate it out. Tar Heels finally alleviate the pressure. Pass lifted to O'Hear on the near side. He's got Foster behind him, looking to the slot. Off the skates of Hogan, he scores. Collected it back. Good vision there from O'Hear. It'll be Hogan from O'Hear and Foster to make it 6-1 with 10:07 to go. We'll get another look at that goal. The passing of the Tar Heels here. Foster moves it forward. O'Hear, he's got Foster, but he sees that passing lane to Hogan. It wasn't much of a passing lane, but he gets it there. And North Carolina with their third goal in the first 10 minutes of this period. And it's 6-1. UNC right back to work off the draw. Puck pinned behind the Wilmington net. O'Hear looking back to the point, but that pass is intercepted. Bessemer breaks it out for the Seahawks. Lifting a pass back to the middle, intended for McGrath. Intercepted. Tar Heels reverse play. Here comes Hogan. Just trying to chop it forward behind the net. Swats it out in front. Nobody can get a stick to it. At the blue line, Winfrey holds the zone for the Tar Heels. He'll carry down the near wing. Switches places with Hogan. Hogan's shot blocked at the blue line. It'll skitter all the way back to the Tar Heel end. And UNCW getting a change. Quick stretch pass up the near side will be deflected in. Tar Heels in on the forecheck. They needed change themselves, though. Foster in to put pressure on. That'll create a bad pass up the far side. Tar Heels turn it over, but they can't break in. Swatted right back in by the Seahawks. Carried across the blue line by Colbreth, who's forced into that near corner, looking to the middle. That pass intercepted, and again the Tar Heels skated up and out. At the red line, it's Foster. Backhands it right in on Verska. He'll hold on for the draw. 8:56 to go here in period 3. UNC came out and they really needed it. It certainly wasn't going to be catastrophic had they given up a goal that made it 3-1 to start the third, but getting that fourth goal and reestablishing the dominance they've had throughout most of this game and just reestablishing control of the pace, I think has gone a long way and has made this a pretty comfortable third period to this point. Stretch pass misses its target, and the Tar Heels going to have to retreat to their own end for a face-off after the icing. Well, for the Tar Heels, after tonight, they've got the rest of the weekend off. We'll get to that after this. Moving in Mangle, pardon me. Turning around in the near corner, backhand pass, stuck in skates in the low slot. It'll be kicked to the near side. Seahawks able to clear. We got another hand up and a penalty coming against the Tar Heels. A stick went flying. It'll be an interference penalty on UNC. As I believe it was Andrew Morgan who had his stick knocked away when the puck was gone. But it'll be, I haven't seen the Tar Heel head to the penalty box yet. But it is an interference penalty. Looks like it was Foster. He's the one still talking with the official. Now they've gotten it straightened out. It'll actually be Sam Ives off for interference. So 2-minute power play for Wilmington. So far, though, they are 0 for 4, including 0 for 1 here in the third. Behind the Tar Heel cage. Good pressure from the Seahawks. Good work as well from Justin Maggin to kill some time. Loose puck moves up the wall. Foster first to it, trying to pitchfork it out and can't. Seahawks back in control, trying to set up that power play. Back up to the blue line. McGrath goes D to D with Norman. Back to McGrath. His shot hit a leg and deflected out of the zone. Good pressure from Foster. Trying to get back on Norman, and now Foster takes down Norman. It's going to be another long 5-on-3 here for the Seahawks. Well, and this could make things a little bit interesting. It's going to be 1:24 of 5-on-3. As Foster goes off for tripping. But you've got to think at some point Wilmington here with their second long segment of time here with a two-man advantage. They had 1:40 of 5-on-3 back in the last period. This time not quite as much, but pretty close. They'll get set up now. Norman looking across, gets it back, has space to walk in. High slot shot. Hughes didn't see the rebound, and it'll be deflected to the near corner. Good chance there from the Seahawks, but the Tar Heels survive and clear it out. Down to a minute on the 5-on-3. 7:15 left in this game. Tar Heels comfortably leading 6-1, outscoring Wilmington 3-1 here in the third. Seahawks walk it back in. They'll get set up now with 45 seconds left on the two-man advantage. McGrath at the top of the umbrella. Over to Norman, the one-timer stick save made by Hughes on that post. And now Wilmington back up to the blue line for McGrath. Work down the wall. Foster first to it, or Friedman, pardon me, first to it. Can't clear the zone, though. Up top, McGrath, the shot just missed that far post. Back behind, sent out in front, and the shot goes just wide. Zajic this time clears it all the way down and behind the Wilmington net. Good kill from the Tar Heels so far, not allowing a whole lot out in the middle of the ice as we've talked about, even with a two-man advantage. 10 seconds on the penalty to Sam Ives. 45 left on the penalty to Henry Foster. Here the stick of Jackson Verska letting his team know that 5-on-3 is about to come to a close. Now it has. We have 35 seconds left on the power play for the Seahawks. Taberham will take things into his own hands. Drops it off back to the blue line, moving it along. Logan Culbreth over for Levy, who wraps it around the net. Down to 20 seconds left on the power play. Stuck on that wall, chipped up and out. Hogan able to possess into neutral ice. He'll move it forward. Leighton Walsh going to be the first to the loose puck. Looking to the middle, and a sliding Taberham denies that centering pass, but that should effectively finish off those two power plays for UNC Wilmington as Foster back out of the box. We're playing 5-on-5 hockey again. Walsh, a little miscommunication, looking for Saboden. And the puck skitters all the way down. Tar Heels regroup behind their own net with 5.5 to go. Up the near wall. Kozowski looking to the center. Skate to stick Hogan. He's got two already, looking for the hat trick. Nice stick save made there by Verska. First one to the rebound in the near corner. That was Kozowski. Backhands it out to Saboden. He's also got a goal. Walks out in front. Big save made by the Wilmington netminder. Tar Heels going to hold the zone, though. Down the wall, Maggin finds Kozowski out to the high slot. One-timer from Saboden will trickle in, and first guy will make the save with 5:04 to go. Tar Heels with another offensive zone face-off, but they're starting to put the clamps on this one. I think certainly it's not out of the question that Wilmington could score 5 goals. It's highly unlikely, but it isn't physically impossible yet for them to come back. But the way the Tar Heels killed that penalty so effectively, and now a lot of offensive zone time since then. They're trying to step on the proverbial throats of this Wilmington team. Bessemer will move forward with space for the Seahawks. Walks around Maggin, backhand shot, leaves a juicy rebound. Tar Heels clean it up. And it'll be lifted up into the ceiling and out of play. Another face-off this time in the offensive end for the Seahawks. As we mentioned, this is the only game this weekend for North Carolina. It is the second and assumed final game of the weekend for Wilmington. But the Tar Heels going to be busy next weekend as they control off the face-off. 3 games against some pretty tough competition. Louisville, Ohio State, and Indiana, who we mentioned earlier was the regional opponent for the Tar Heels. They gave them a good game. Unfortunately, could not take down the Hoosiers. But they'll get another crack at them next weekend. 3 games for the Tar Heels against some pretty good opponents. Nice glove save there from Hughes. Looking through traffic to find that one with 4:21 to go. So it should be an interesting weekend as Tar Heels will head up. It's the showcase hosted by Virginia Tech, so they'll be heading up to Virginia for that trio of games. On the other side for UNC Wilmington, they've got the rest of the week off. As we mentioned, they'll take on ECU on Friday when they restart play. Tar Heels up the far wall. Edwards trying to deflect it out at the blue line. He's stalled momentarily, but does clear it down into the Wilmington end. First to it is Kai Levy for the Seahawks. He'll be forced into that corner. Slides it up the wall where Zach Schrock can break it out. Nobody on the receiving end of his breakout pass, though. Perry Winfrey collects at the Tar Heel blue line. Trying to dangle his way around a couple of Seahawks. Loses possession, and Wilmington forces the Tar Heels to regroup in their own end. Bouncing puck in the neutral zone will slide over to the benches. And Taberham slaps it in on Hughes. He thought about holding on. Instead, drops it to the ice. And UNC going to clear it all the way down. Icing has been waved off, so first count to play it. Good forecheck from the Tar Heels. Back to the blue line. Ives dumps it deep. Wilmington trying to move quickly through the neutral zone now. It's deflected in by Andrew Morgan. We're down to 3:10 to go in this game. Over in that far corner, Wilmington trying to center off the side of the net and through the legs of Morgan. That'll allow the Tar Heels to move out. Elevated pass. Foster finds Edwards. The backhand shot is stopped and shut down. Creativity on display there from Henry Foster as he lifted that one up over the Wilmington defenseman, and it dropped right in front of Ben Edwards. And he just didn't quite have enough space to make a move and put it in the net. Tar Heels control off the offensive zone draw. Down to the final 3 minutes of this contest. So here, backhands it behind the net. Hogan sends it out in front. Foster can't connect to put it on goal. Bessemer knocked down. Able to get back up and maintain control of the puck. Trying to skate it into the offensive end. He'll be flattened on the near side wall, and another penalty on the Tar Heels. I think this is going to be Foster again. They're going to call him for interference. I thought the puck was still there when the hit went. It is a heavy hit, and unfortunately, the Wilmington player still down on the ice. Get another look at that goal from Foster a little bit earlier. But hopefully, again, I believe it was Andrew Morgan who is down on the ice right now. He was working his way into the zone and trying to shoulder off a couple of hits. The last one just kind of planted him into the boards, and good to see he is getting up. And he'll skate off under his own power. I'm not 100% sure what was the problem for him. There's a lot of things that it could have been. He could have had a skate get tangled up in the boards. Could have been an awkward fall into the boards of the shoulder. But it is good to see that he's doing okay. Florian Zajic is in the penalty box for the Tar Heels. Here's another look at the hit. And we'll see the puck. The puck's still kind of there. I think it might have been the shoulder going in that hurt Morgan. But it will be a 2-minute man advantage that will take us into the final 33 seconds, assuming it is served in its entirety. Good job by North Carolina to get the puck up and out. And now we're going to have another whistle. I believe they're calling a hand pass here on Luke Norman. That's exactly what it'll be. So the Tar Heels will get an offensive zone faceoff shorthanded. This will be the 4th power play of the period for Wilmington. It is their 7th of the game. They're still looking for a goal on special teams tonight. Tar Heels, on the other hand, have a power play goal and a shorthanded tally as well. Minute 35 on the power play, 2:06 as the clock keeps trickling down here left in the game. Icing whistled on Wilmington as the long pass got away from him. And another faceoff all the way back down in front of the Wilmington net. And well, this has been the problem for UNCW. A couple of times on the power play, they've been able to get set up and established. But in most cases, when they're set up, they struggle to get the puck to the middle of the ice and get those real high-quality scoring chances that you look for on a man advantage. And then, when they're not in the zone, they're struggling to get in. And on occasion, we've seen at least 2 or 3 times now where they've iced the puck up a man. Again, part of that could be accounted for by the fact that, this is their 2nd game in well under 24 hours. They'll finish this game up before the puck dropped on their game yesterday. Shot in on Hughes. He'll pounce on the rebound. And a face-off to his right coming up. Here's another look at that push up the ice from the Seahawks. Good pass there from McGrath, and wasn't the easiest of shots to handle for Hughes, but he was able to fight it off. 1:07 left on the power play, 1:40 left in the game. 6-1 lead for the Tar Heels. They certainly look to be well on their way to 6-3-1 here early on in this season. Wilmington will chip it into that near corner. Worked around behind the Tar Heel net by the UNC penalty kill. Perry Winfrey loses his balance and loses the puck. Slipping out in front. Shot there from point blank range. Misses the net for Logan Colbreth. Trying to slide it in on that far side. Wilmington, another shot. Taking a hit on that shot as well as Zach Schrock. But he's up and okay, it looks like. 30 seconds left on the power play for Wilmington. Tar Heels going to chip it in. Friedman going to win the race to it. He'll work it into the corner. Stolen away by Kai Levy. McGrath moves it out to the far side. Now Shane Mosher can move with it. He'll carry it into the offensive end. 15 seconds left on the power play. Now McGrath behind the net. Works it into the corner. Back up to the blue line. And a pass got deflected and almost got out of the zone. Power play comes to a close. Wilmington now 0 for 7 on the man advantage. They've had some extended 5-on-3 time, a couple of instances. But they couldn't make it work. Puck behind the Tar Heel net. And it's sent up to the blue line. Nobody manning it for Wilmington. They'll have to track it down. It's McGrath. Pressured by Saboden. Around to Norman. Kozowski on him. He'll pin him in that far corner and take it away. Sends it in front. Verska gets the glove on it and freezes the puck with 4.7 seconds to go. But the Tar Heels, very, very good showing in this hockey game. They led 2-0 after 1, 3-0 after 2, and they exploded for 3 more here in the third. And although they did give up one, it might have been their best period. Last chance off the post at the buzzer for Misha Saboden. It'll stay 6-1 as this game comes to a close. Start to finish, Tar Heels had control, and they will take a 6-1 victory into the Virginia Tech Showcase next weekend. Good showing from UNC Wilmington. As we mentioned, they came up here to the Triangle area to play a couple of pretty tough teams here this weekend. They put up a good fight against NC State last night. They had a pretty good showing, I would say, here. Only down 3 goals going into the third, and they had some opportunities. I think the big thing for Wilmington that they can take away from this weekend is they're just going to have to find a way against some of these better teams to get to the middle of the ice and get a few more high danger chances. But they did get one past Joel Hughes, so he won't get the shutout, but a good showing from the Tar Heel netminder. Final count here at Orange County Sportsplex, 6-1. We'll come back, have a quick conversation with the head coach of the Tar Heels, Jeff Volkman, and sign things off for the weekend. Again, North Carolina 6, UNC Wilmington 1.
Last week, Brandon met a girl on a dating app. One day after work, he finally found the courage to ask her out. No answer. He started to panic. Was he being too pushy? Maybe it was too...
Hey, sorry I didn't respond. I was driving. I would love to go on a date. How does tonight sound?
Brandon tried to play it cool, but inside he knew. A girl so smart, so responsible. She must be a keeper.
Hey, Bobo, do trees tell each other stories?
I'm sorry. I'm afraid I don't know that.
Hey, why don't we go find out? Listen.
Can birds draw pictures?
I don't have an answer for that.
Dad, do stars visit their friends?
Look!
I want to eat apples and bananas. I need to eat apples and bananas. Why can't I eat apples and bananas?
Support the Feeding America nationwide network of food banks to help provide meals to those in need. Join us at feedingamerica.org.
The black truck? Hey, Christina from accounting.
Yeah, hi.
Hey, I used to date a girl named Christina.
Oh, really?
Yeah, and then she dumped me for my best friend. You want to see some photos of them that I took?
I don't.
I thought we talked about this, buddy.
Buzzed and overshared again?
Yeah.
Yeah. I'm gonna call a car.
That's a smart idea.
So yeah, I know, that's why I did it.
Hey, you're gonna get back to the top of the mountain.
Does that mean I'm gonna get back with Christina?
No.
Oh.
No.
My Shiro doesn't always wear a cape, but she always has time for a hug, a smile, for going the extra mile. My Shiro stretches every dollar, puts in long hours, puts others first. But now it's your time, Mom. When you're ready to retire, we want you to be able to enjoy it. It's time to start saving now. A free 3-minute online chat can give you the personalized tips you need to start boosting your retirement savings today. Visit aceyourretirement.org/Shiro.
We're back at the Orange County Sportsplex after a 6-1 victory for the North Carolina Tar Heels over the UNCW Seahawks. For the Tar Heels, a pretty good 60-minute showing that got off to a good start, controlled the pace of play early, got a power play goal about halfway through that first period, added another goal a couple minutes later, and rode that momentum into the end of the first period. Tar Heels came right out, and one of the things I liked the most about this team in that second and third period was the fact that they came out and reestablished established themselves immediately by scoring goals in the first 30 seconds. It was 30 seconds into the second that Brian Hogan scored, and then about 19 seconds into the third period that the Tar Heels added another tally to make it 4-0, and they just never looked back after that. Got to compliment the special teams. As we mentioned, the Tar Heels did score a power play goal in this one tonight, but their penalty kill, probably the star of the show when it comes to special teams. They killed off 2 5-on-3s of at least a minute and 20 seconds, and then on top of that, they blanked the Seahawks, who had 7 different chances on the power play to put the puck in the net. So overall, a great performance from the Tar Heels. They get goals from a lot of different areas. They get a good performance in net from Joel Hughes, and they come away with a 6-1 victory. We're going to take one more break. When we come back, we'll wrap things up with head coach Jeff Volkman of the Tar Heels. Again, the final count here in Hillsborough, North Carolina 6, UNCW 1.
Knows he shouldn't eat this entire bowl of nachos, but tonight he's earned that right, because a few hours ago in the middle of happy hour, he recognized a sign, not from the gods or a bolt of lightning, but from a double heart, a kissy face, and a fourth ha in ha ha ha. That's when Jordan knew he was buzzed. So when it was time to go, he got a ride home instead of driving. Be a legend like Jordan. Recognize your buzzed warning signs and get a ride home. Buzz driving is drunk driving.
Each year, hurricanes and major flooding threaten cities, towns, and rural homes across the Gulf states. So chances are there will be more storms and floods near here again. And between school, sports, and social lives, chances are you won't be with your kids when it happens. Will they know what to do? Ready.gov/kids has all the educational tools and information to make the conversation easy. When the time comes, chances are they'll feel prepared, not scared. So talk with your family today.
Did you know dragging chains can spark a wildfire?
Only you can prevent wildfires.
Worried about your friend, but don't know how to reach out?
You could say, how are you, or get a fake tattoo. You could ask with an app if it works for you. You could chat with them in VR, it's all good. If you think you should check in, yeah, you should. Whatever gets you talking.
Reach out to a friend about their mental health.
Whatever gets you talking.
Learn how you can help at seizetheawkward.org.
There's so many rewards in life. You coming into our home was one of the greatest rewards we could have ever had.
You know, it took 20 years, and I got my third child, who was 17 at the time.
It's so cool to watch the adult that you've become, and you really have done as much for us as you think we've done for you.
If I could be you, and you could be me for just 1 hour. If we could find a way to get inside each other's minds. Walk a mile in my shoes. Walk a mile in my shoes. Well, before you abuse, criticize, and accuse. Walk a mile in my shoes.
It's a 6-1 win for the North Carolina Tar Heels here at the Orange County Sportsplex. Chris Lehman now joined by head coach Jeff Volkman of the Tar Heels. Coach, we'll start by looking at this game today. It felt like a pretty good, complete effort from your team. How did you feel about it start to finish?
Yeah, I mean, definitely we were putting the puck away. You know, our goal every game is just to outcompete, win all the loose puck battles, kind of the little things, and we were executing that tonight, and the puck was going in the net, so it was a nice treat.
Well, and another thing that looked very good, I felt like, was the special teams. You get a power play goal, but especially shorthanded. You kill off a couple of extended 5-on-3s. Obviously, you don't want to take quite as many penalties, but when you blank a team 0 for 7 on the power play, how does that feel?
That was, unexpected. It was a little disappointing, but obviously, great to see our special teams step up in those situations. It's really important. It's great confidence for the goaltending and all the players that participated in that, so have to be happy about that.
Well, and now as you move forward, you got 5 wins in a row after that win today. That win streak probably going to be challenged a bit next week, and a busy weekend at the Virginia Tech Showcase. Louisville, Ohio State, and then Indiana, who bounced you from the regionals last year. What do you got to say about that weekend? It's going to be a tough challenge, I would say.
Yeah, no, this is a great win. It's great in having 5 in a row coming in, because we're definitely going to need that. Like you said, I think we're going to really get tested. It's going to be a grind, 3 games, 3 days. We got to stay healthy, but we feel good about our game right now, where we're going into it. So, it's a long season, 1 weekend at a time, and this is definitely one of those pivotal weekends. We got to step up and perform. So.
Well, and it's 3 games in 3 days, and that last day is Indiana. But I got to think that one, even though it's going to be a little more difficult with it being the 3rd game, it's got to be circled on your calendar. You played them tough in regionals last year.
Definitely, yeah. I think you said it best. Definitely that one's circled. They're one of the better teams out of the 3. All 3 are phenomenal teams, but definitely we're looking at that one to get a big W.
All right, Coach, thanks for your time, and good luck next weekend.
Thank you.
That's head coach Jeff Volkman of the Tar Heels, and that's going to do it for our coverage here at the Orange County Sportsplex. Today, the final count, North Carolina 6, UNCW 1. This has been Tar Heel Hockey.